To be a Steelers, consider others before you consider yourself. To protect your brother, even from himself. To give support at your own expense. And when wearing the black and gold suit of armor, make sure nobody desecrates it, disrespects it. Most importantly, we ourselves don't dishonor it. Is to earn the approval from previous legends who have donned the black and gold. Virtues I learned while playing for the Steelers are what make the legacy of the black and gold timeless. They are passed down in the locker room from the steel curtain to anyone who valiantly wears the black and gold. Creating a brotherhood that is deeper than money, business, and winning. To be a Steelers, consider others before you consider yourself. This is our culture, Steeler culture. Now, here are your hosts, Rob and Dan, the SteelTwins.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Happy fucking Halloween! What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 30 of the Steeler Culture Podcast presented by SeatGeek.com. Shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's podcast episode. Quick little plug-in. You guys want to go to the Steelers game this Thursday? You guys can, man. SeatGeek's got you back covered if you guys want to get last-minute tickets. Code SteelTwins at checkout saves you $20 off your first SeatGeek purchase. So go to a Steelers game, save yourself some money, and continue to fire Canada chance, man. So why not have a last-second trick-or-treat king-size candy bar of some sort with Steelers tickets in your trick-or-treat bag for tonight. Because it is Halloween, man. Happy Halloween to all you guys. And so far, Omar Khan and the Steelers have not gone trick-or-treating. They're just sitting in the house, scared of the boogeyman across the street for some fucking reason.
No, they're not even giving anything out.
They're not even giving any candy out, bro. They're not even...
Now, the lights are on, but nobody's home.
Yeah.
Nobody's home.
They're not going over for trick-or-treating. They're not even trading anybody. They're not doing nothing right now. It's been quiet. It's been a very quiet trade deadline around the NFL. We've only gotten one blockbuster move thus far, which was Montez Sweat being traded from the Commanders to the Chicago Bears. The Bears are the team to monitor because they are really just trying to do anything they can to better their team, as well as trade away some core guys, which they've already been doing that recently. I mean, they did it with Roquan Smith last year. They traded for Chase Claypool last year for a second-round pick, which in turn got us JPJ. Well, guess what? We got JPJ from the Bears, thankfully, with their second-round pick. Why don't we get another star cornerback from the Bears?
Yeah.
Today.
Lock down that position for the next 3 years. Why the hell not?
And that name is obviously Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, he's probably the biggest name currently throughout the whole trade deadline to keep an eye out for. Contract talks did not escalate. They didn't go anywhere whatsoever throughout the past 2-3 weeks that they were talking about that. And Johnson has requested a trade. And we're obviously one of the big teams that could use some cornerback help.
Yeah, big time, because our corners suck. We know that. Thank God Levi Wallace is finally benched. That was confirmed.
Yeah, should we rip it off?
Yeah, that's
Hold on.
that's pointless now. Hey, maybe they listen to us. Holy hell, maybe they finally listen to us.
Well, yeah, because
This is no longer needed.
because Tomlin and even Terrell Austin today confirmed that Joey Porter Jr., JPJ himself, PZ Jr., whatever nickname you want to call him, is now officially a full-time starting cornerback for the Steelers defense. Thank Christ.
Thank God Levi Wallace is no longer a starter. He has finally been benched, which is so helpful for the secondary because JPJ pretty much he had a great game Sunday against the Jags. He's been exceptional all year. I mean, he's got that lockdown ability, man. He really does. He's a stud. It's about time he's the starter. Now if only we can insert Broderick Jones as the full-time starter at left tackle. We're halfway there. We're halfway there at starting our rookies. Now it's time to get Broderick Jones as a starting guy, get Darnell Washington more involved. Let's get Keone Benton more involved. Come on.
Or Ben starting in general. He hasn't started a game yet.
Seriously.
They get him as a full-time starter, too. Big help with that D-line as well.
Exactly. But otherwise, Wallace is no longer the starter. And he posted on Instagram about a half hour to an hour ago, that he posted nothing but the eye emoji, which is very overused. But he posted the eye emoji.
Now, that could very
on
well,
his story.
That could very well because of the Montez Sweat trade. Maybe he's surprised by it. That could be it. That could be him being traded away. That could be the Steelers making a move.
Or it could just be nothing.
It could very well be nothing. It could just be him, just trying to get our hopes up.
But a lot of us have been advocating for us to trade away Levi Wallace for some pick, trade him to the Bills. Hell, Kyer Elam is getting trade options. People are looking at him for the Bills. Bills are looking for trade options for him.
Yeah.
I'd do a player for player. Simple as that. They want a veteran guy. They want someone with familiarity. Fine. Let's go trade Levi Wallace for someone with first-round pedigree and NFL bloodlines, which the Steelers adore more than anything in this world outside of keeping Matt Canada.
Yeah.
So it's an easy trade. Player for player. Why the fuck not?
Low risk, high reward type of ceiling for the Steelers and Kyer Elam.
But nothing has been announced yet when it comes to the Steelers.
As a matter of fact, the trade did happen, not Steelers related, but I seen it on Twitter.
But he was a former Steeler, and you guys are putting it in the chat.
Yeah.
Joshua Dobbs, my boy. Josh Dobbs.
He is being traded to the Minnesota Vikings because we all know Kirk Cousins is out for the season, torn Achilles, non-contact injury.
And the Cardinals already confirmed that he is no longer their starting quarterback. It'll be Clayton Tune or Kyler Murray. So
the Vikings had to make the move. They had to make a move for an experienced, capable quarterback because who's their backup? Jaron Hall?
Jaron Hall, Sean Mannon, it's not good.
They had to make a move.
So they got someone who's been starting all year. And I feel like Josh Dobbs has been very, very solid. And I think this is a good system for him. I think he has a good weaponry around him. So good for Josh Dobbs. I'm happy for him. He continues to get a chance in the NFL. He'll be the starter ideally the remainder of the year for Minnesota. So good for him. But outside of Montez Sweat and Josh Dobbs, nothing has been made. Nothing has been made. We're still awaiting any Steelers news if there's going to be any. We're still projecting that there won't be. The Steelers are indeed searching. There are news, there are rumors from trusted people, from trusted reporters and sources all over Twitter, all over social media, that the Steelers are in on Jalen Johnson. They're one of 4 teams that are in on Jalen Johnson.
Or just the cornerback market in general. So they're looking, which I'm glad to hear. Hopefully they do pull the trigger. Hopefully they don't be hesitant about certain asking prices or whatnot, because you need to make a move for corner.
Yeah, I mean, out of the 4 teams, it's the Steelers, Eagles, Niners, and the Bills, I think. They're all in the cornerback market. Eagles are a little more surprising, but definitely the Steelers, Niners, and Bills are going to want to be trading for a true young lockdown guy with a ton of experience.
Yeah.
I think it's a no-brainer for the Steelers. I don't know what's taking so long. They just traded a second rounder for Montez Sweat, so they need a pick back. It's an easy move. I am definitely willing to trade a second rounder next year for Jalen Johnson because you're more likely going to use that pick for a corner anyway, right? Well, it's very similar to the Minka situation in 2019. You were going to spend a first-round pick on a safety anyway, but that guy would not have been as productive as Minka. We all know that. So they traded it for Minka, and it's paid off big time.
Yes, it has.
Unfortunately, Minka will not be playing in this Titans game. We'll get into that pretty shortly after we get into the trade deadline talks here, but it's very similar to that. Now, the only thing that's holding the Steelers back And we know this for a fact because it's just the way the Steelers do business. It's the way the organization is ran. And it's stale, it's outdated, it's old school in a negative way. It's terrible. It's actually very, very, it pisses me off.
And if they continue it, it will affect them in the long run, as it already currently is.
Their problem is it's not the asking price. It shouldn't be. Because they know they got to address it next year anyway. It's not the asking price.
It's the contract.
It's the fact that they have to pay him right after trading for him. That's not an issue.
That shouldn't be an issue.
That's not an issue.
Jalen Johnson, ever since coming into the league out of Utah in the second round by Chicago, he's proved his worth as a reliable cornerback. He may not exactly be a true number one, but he's been very dependable since being a Chicago
He's
Bear.
having a phenomenal year, man. He's always showed that lockdown potential in Chicago. He's getting better year after year.
And the way I see it, you got JPJ, who you plan on being your number one for the long run.
And he's going to be on the contract the next 3 years.
And Jalen Johnson, arguably, he's not a number one, but he's a more than capable starting cornerback, a reliable starting cornerback. So you got JPJ as your number one. Why would you not make the move for a capable starting cornerback in Jalen Johnson and secure that defensive back cornerback position for the next 3 years?
That literally, pun fully intended, locks down cornerback for the next 3-4 years.
Or most arguably secondary, because you extended Minka last year, before last year's season began. You have JPJ for the next 3-4 years. You were to trade for Jalen Johnson, give him that extension that he does deserve. Then right there, boom. All you got to focus on next year, arguably for secondary, is strong safety.
Strong safety and maybe some linebacker or defensive depth. That's it. That's it. You minimize your defensive needs next offseason by trading for a guy like Jalen Johnson. Now, they could trade for Elam. They could trade for Surtain, although that's a little less likely now because there haven't been talks about him. Broncos might just keep him. You could trade for even a safety. If you aren't gonna trade for a cornerback, at least trade for a safety. Because God Almighty, we need some secondary help regardless.
Yeah.
Minka is out for this Titans game, and we don't know how much longer he's gonna be out with the hamstring injury.
Yeah.
We gotta depend on DeMonte Casey and Keanu Neal, who were terrible versus the Jags. You take away Casey's interception, which is more of a dumb play on Lawrence and the Jags in the red zone than it was a great play by Casey and our defense. Truthfully, you take that away. Casey has a complete awful game, bro. He allowed that touchdown to ETN. He bit on the hitch when that's Porter's job.
Yeah.
They both bit when he should have played the high safety role.
And not only that,
And the missed tackles is too reoccurring.
yeah. Normally, when Casey first started as a Steeler last year, like he was a very solid player for us. The guy had an eye for the ball. You know, he was wherever the ball was, he was. Like, he was a very explosive and solid defender.
He was.
But I don't know what's going on this year. I don't know what happened to him in that Jags game. He just did not look good. That doesn't really have I don't really have a lot of confidence in Casey after that. And he actually has a hand injury. He was limited yesterday. I don't know what his status will be today when it comes to practice, but he's got already a hand injury on a short week.
Great.
And he probably will be available for Thursday, but if he's not, then safety's completely screwed.
Yes, I mean, we're already screwed regardless. Thank God Joey Porter Jr. is starting for the rest of the season, but we still got Peterson. We still have no corner depth, no other guy opposite of him, and our safeties suck outside of Minka, but he's not even playing the safety role this year, and he's out for the Titans and for however long. So, yeah, regardless, you need secondary help. You need to make a trade for the secondary. Who that is, when that is, it needs to be now. And I'd much rather trade for a young guy you're going to keep long-term than just a veteran you're going to keep for the rest of the year and then just have to replace the position anyway. Which are the more common trades for the Steelers to do around this time. They make in-season trades around the deadline to pretty much just help out the needed position for the remainder of the year and just let them walk. How many times have we seen that?
Yeah.
Now, granted, that was when Colbert was in the office, and he's been out, and Khan has been doing a very good job as GM. The offseason showed that. Some of it is paying off. Some of it is not. More so, Sayamalu, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah,
He's having an atrocious year. But regardless, you got to make a move. You have to make the trade, man. And I think it's an easy deal to do. Their only problem is they're going to have to extend Johnson after trading for him, if they do indeed trade for him.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a problem. To the Steelers, that is. because they got to invest more money into the defense. They have to pay a guy long term when they don't even have him in the system. But he's a proven talent around the league. He's went up the best. He's went up against the best in the league for years now. He's only 24 years old.
Yeah.
He's a lockdown guy. How many teams do you see trade for a player and then sign the guy long-term extensions right after? Now, some have worked, some have not. And the Steelers don't lock themselves into long contracts in fear that it's not going to work out. That's the way they've been doing business for their entirety.
Yeah.
That's why they don't throw a lot of big money to anybody.
More so guaranteed money at that.
Right. But I think for this, it's well worth it because he is proven. You're going to use that pick anyway to address corner. You might as well get a proven guy and solidify a corner for the next 3-4 years. With Minka up top, just fixes the other safety position.
But their mindset,
and you got your secondary filled, bro.
But their mindset with that is, because with Johnson, again, they're going to have to extend him once the trade happens if they do trade for him. But they'll just settle with a rookie cornerback that they can work under the system and develop, and he'll be on a contract for 4 years.
And what, let him walk like you did Hilton and Sutton? Just to sign an aging fucker in Peterson and Wallace?
When you could simply
what they
trade
have been
for
doing,
proven talent.
What they have been doing at the cornerback position has failed us. So now it's time for them to get aggressive and fix it. And fix it is now.
And do
because
different.
He is the most available.
Do something different. Do something different, man.
And yeah, I mean, would they rather go a young talent for next year and keep him on the system for 4 years and develop him and keep him as a homegrown guy? That would be their way of doing it. But I'd much rather go for the vet guy. I'd much rather go for the experience and the dependability. And he's still young, dude. In fact, what the Steelers have been doing in offseason additions the past couple years is they've been going after young guys with tons of experience. They did that with Cole. They did that with Daniels. They've been doing that with Sayamalu. They did that with Holcomb, right? So it fits what they've been trying to bring in the last couple years.
Yeah.
And this is just one of the biggest trades, one of the biggest moves that they can make. And the cost is not very high. It's well worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to pay a quarterback big money right now. Until you have to, you can invest as much as you want into other positions. And frankly, you're not, let's be honest, you're not paying a quarterback big money anytime soon. Probably not for another 6-7 years.
No.
I'm being 1,000% real.
No.
So there is no fear in paying a quarterback big money. You can invest that money into other positions. You're already banking on the defense to win his football games,
you've been banking
right?
on the defense to win his football games several freaking times.
It's the easiest move they can make.
I already know
and it can still be done.
They already have enough money invested in defense with Minka and Highsmith and Watt and Hayward, but why not add another guy considering that they have constantly relied on the defense year in and year out, counting this year? Tomlin in his press conference literally said yesterday that the defensive turnovers weren't really big advantages because they weren't in the proper field position where the offense could take advantage.
Yeah, what a way to just downplay the 3 turnovers, which kept the game a lot closer than it should have been.
Turnovers that happen in actual big moments and where they need to happen big time,
and
which were in the freaking red zone. If the turnovers did not happen in those red zone opportunities, it would have been a blowout.
It would have been a blowout.
It would have been an absolute blowout, but the defense was able to make the turnovers happen when it mattered the absolute most.
So Mike Tomlin pretty much said, hey, thanks for coming, thanks for the 3 turnovers, but can you do that at like the 25-yard line?
Because our offense
near their
stinks,
own end zone?
Because our offense sucks. They can't drive down the field. They can't execute.
That's just, dude, it's just a continued excuse of why this offense is so trash. Why the coaching is trash, but the players themselves, their execution was very terrible on Sunday, man. Very terrible. And Kenny, this is kind of breaking news. Kenny believes he will be ready to play for Thursday.
Okay.
Kenny is sure he will play. There was no structure damage to his ribs, and he was limited yesterday. I'm sure he'll be limited today as well. So it seems like Kenny will be the starting quarterback for Thursday.
Then I would imagine that his participation in practice was full then.
Full or
if
limited?
not full, then another limited, but there could be a full come Wednesday.
Well, he said he's playing. So it's going to be Will Levis versus Kenny Pickett. Wow, that's an exciting Thursday night football matchup, isn't it? I wouldn't blame anyone for skipping that game. I would not. But my concern is a hurt Kenny Pickett is worse than a healthy Kenny Pickett. And he's been fucking terrible all year.
No.
Regardless who's a quarterback, it doesn't matter.
No, honestly, it really doesn't. There's no difference. Well, let me take it back. There's a slight difference But at the same time, there's no production at the quarterback position. That's where there's no difference. There's no production. Kenny may be less turnover heavy than Mitch is, but there's no added production.
No.
Kenny has been very inconsistent. Not even inconsistent. He's been awful.
No, his best game was against the Raiders, and that's it. That's it.
And it's the Raiders, for God's sake. I mean, come on. It's a Josh McDaniels-led Raiders team. Anybody could have a good game.
Yeah, let's be honest. We're not trying to...
What's his name? Tyson Begin? The quarterback?
Bagent, whatever his name is.
For the Bears? He had a great game. He had a great game against the freaking Raiders, for God's sake.
Yeah.
So it's like, that doesn't even freaking matter. Let's be real. But Kenny, that game, though, the Raiders game, the 2-touchdown game, that was his first ever and in his career. He started 20 games. He hasn't had anything close to that. 20 games and only 1 2-touchdown game in his career.
While
for being a first-round quarterback.
While the quarterback that we're facing this Thursday at Heinz Field, Will Levis, in his first career start already doubled Kenny Pickett's career high in touchdown passes.
He already has 4 touchdowns. While Will Levis has 4 touchdowns in one game, his first career start, where Kenny in 8 games has 5 touchdowns passing.
Now, say scheming, sure. Scheming does play a part. But execution absolutely plays as much of a part, for sure, 100%. And Kenny has just not been good. Let's just face it. So a hurt Kenny Pickett in this game, I think, is a lot worse than a healthy Kenny Pickett. I think it's a lot more worrisome. It's a lot more scary. Plus, the O-line still can't block.
No.
They can't.
No.
And the Titans have been pretty decent at getting to the quarterback.
Yeah, their pass
Jeffrey
rush.
Simmons is tremendous. Harold Landry is tremendous. Nickel Autry, I believe, got a sack last week.
Yeah, their pass rush has actually been a solid part of their team this season. Been a solid part. Simmons, Autry, Landry, Arden Key even. Aziz Al-Shaair even.
Yeah.
You know, they got a lot of talented guys on that front 7. And the offensive line for the Steelers has not been good. The investment in the offensive line has not worked out. I think the amount that we have spent on the O-line, mainly Sayamalu and James Daniels, is $42 million overall on the offensive line. And the offensive line has not done their job.
No, they have not. And scheming sure plays a part in that, but also so does execution. Sayamalu has been getting out-aggressed and pushed back, and he's just been terrible. He's been worse than Kevin Dotson. And we thought he was going to be a surefire upgrade over Kevin Dotson. He's not.
No, there hasn't really been a difference either.
Those two are kind of similar in the fact that Sayamalu last year was playing right guard. He was playing right guard because Landon Dickerson was the left guard.
Yeah.
So he signs to the Steelers and has to go right back to left guard, which he has experience in, but is not his strong suit. Very similar to what we did with Kevin Dotson after his rookie year.
Yeah. Where Dotson was actually stellar at right guard when Castro was hurt, but we, for some reason, moved him to left guard.
It's not a position.
I don't know what's this thing with the Steelers. Their fascination with putting right guards at left guards,
or just putting their versatile linemen in positions that they're just not very good at.
It's just simple. Put these guys in the proper positions where they can succeed the most.
So what I advocate for is, since the Steelers love doing that so much, Mason Cole sucks. Let's be honest. He's terrible. This has to be his last year. He's been very mediocre this year. He's only had 1 decent game versus the Rams, and his snaps towards the end of the game was just terrible. I would entertain James Daniels seeing some time at center. And then you put Sayamalu at right guard, and let's put Nate Herbig at left guard. Let's move it around a little bit. And if the Steelers want to give out some candy to some NFL teams, Levi Wallace is a popular name. He is believed to be a possible guy to be traded away from the Steelers. I'd entertain the idea of Mason Cole. They're not going to do that because they trust him too much, and they don't want to switch centers for Kenny Pickett.
No, not definitely midway through the season.
But the O-line has not been doing good. Scheming plays a part of that. But
it doesn't help at left tackle either. They continue to start Dan Moore, not Broderick Jones.
Yeah.
Again, like this
team...
Dude,
they want to make any changes to the line. James Daniels at center. Sayamalu at right guard. Nate Herbig at left guard. Broderick Jones at left tackle. That's a revamped O-line for the second half of the year. And I think it would perform better.
It can't hurt to experiment. It can't hurt to give it a try. Because what you're doing right now isn't working. It's not. 75% is not working. The 25% is the fourth quarter, literally. That's it.
Yeah.
The 75% is the other three quarters. That's the whole Steelers team.
It can't hurt to experiment.
So why not change it up? Why not do something different? to give some oomph to the offensive line, to give some help to Najee and Warren, to give some help to Kenny Pickett for his protection.
I would absolutely entertain that idea.
Because right now you need some oomph on offense.
I'm not saying it's going to be the complete fix, but I'd like to see how it would work on Sundays.
No, because there was talks between Tomlin and the media. You know, Tomlin mentioned, thinking about switching Highsmith and TJ Watt with their spots and their rotations. And, even getting TJ Watt
You mean flipping sides?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's something they've been discussing.
Don't.
They've been discussing the past 2 weeks.
No.
Well, if they're going to discuss about that, or even getting TJ Watt kind of in the middle of the front seven or whatnot, why can't you move your offensive line around? You got a lot of versatility there.
In fact, I love that idea. I don't like them swapping Highsmith and Watt spots, but I entertain the idea of Watt being blitzed in the middle against the center. That is an athletic mismatch. And then put Nick Herbig opposite of, oh my God. Come on, bro. You can put Nick Herbig opposite of Highsmith with Watt blitzing interior.
But you understand my comparison, though.
Very, very similar to what they did when they had Melvin Ingram. They had Highsmith and Watt and Ingram blitzing inside when he was here for the short term. You can do that with Watt. You can do that with Herbig. You can do that with Highsmith. It would help out our blitz packages. It'd help out the pass rush. And it sure as hell would help against our bum-ass secondary. They're going to entertain that.
But they're not going to entertain switching up the offensive line, though.
Exactly.
Changing it up a little bit. Switching the starters.
Because they're more scared of doing that. They're more scared of what it could lead or how it could damage their performance and Kenny's protection in the run game, which is already unsuccessful.
Tomlin said, he always says that we don't fear challenges. We
Clearly you do.
We run towards them.
Clearly you don't.
So.
Clearly you don't. He's fearful that it's going to hurt our protection or their performance or Kenny's performance or the run game, which is already the bottom of the barrel, bottom of the league, very unsuccessful. So feel free to mix it up, dude.
Yeah, for the offense. And
why not?
It's at a point where it's not, we can't just throw the fire Canada label on it.
No. Because how many weeks are we going to say this?
Yes, we know that is primarily the case, and this guy should absolutely go, no question about it. That's never going to change.
But I had zero problem with what he called on Sunday. It was all the poor execution from our players. We said that during the game. We said that in the post game. And you can watch the film. You can rewatch the game. It's so evident. How many chances did we have to get more points on the board, to go down the field, to make big plays, and the players just failed? Kenny failed. Deontay had a few drops. The run game still sucks.
Yeah.
These players just failed. Simple as that.
Yes, there's times in the games, like there always is every week, where there's a Canada special,
jet sweep,
same plays, stuff like that. But there were just as many times the Steelers and players could have executed with those play calls.
But if you would have asked the players why we lost. The refs wanted them to win, man. The refs had it out for us. They wanted the Jags to win the game, man.
The refs are the reason why we lost the game.
No, they're not.
Deontay dropped the freaking ball on the first play of the game. Kenny underthrew George Pickens when he was wide open when he beat Darius Williams.
Deep. He had the entire left sideline.
Kenny underthrew him. He had Deontay Johnson wide open in the end zone on 3rd and goal. But according to Mike Tomlin, Deontay just slipped.
He slipped, but the ball was thrown late. Whether Kenny wanted Deontay to just stand in the open spot is I don't even think that's a true argument.
No.
It's more of Kenny made his read on the right side too long, and he missed Deontay completely for what felt like an eternity. He was wide open. That play was intended for nobody but Deontay Johnson. Watch the play and see how everyone was lined up, how everyone on that right side, there was triple coverage on the right side. It was all to blanket the free safety, which was Jenkins, I believe, was their safety. The one dude
Rashawn Jenkins.
Yeah, the one dude that was talking trash. Same thing with Andrew Wingard about the towels, which, by the way, no player brought that up whatsoever during the postgame. They just rather blame the refs for their incompetence. But that entire play, the right side was to blanket the safety, and Connor Herod did his part to cover the corners. Deontay was the only one intended to get that football. Kenny made that read too long and missed his target. Simple as that.
And Deontay, yeah, like he was talking about, the refs were against us. The refs wanted the Jags to win that game. Those two plays, yeah, whatever, but they don't change the trajectory of the game. They absolutely would have, actually.
In fact, Tomlin said
they
something
would have,
similar.
actually.
They would have. Yeah, come on, are you serious?
They fucking would have. Those are 3 big plays. Those are 3 touchdowns, bro.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns. Missed opportunities. Poor execution.
And yes, the refs cost us 3 points. The refs handed the Jags 3 points, which could have made some difference, but the refs cost teams points every week in every game. This happens all the time.
This is a weekly occurrence. This isn't a thing against the Steelers. It's all freaking NFL. It's all 32 teams. It happens to every single one of them.
Everyone knows the refs are terrible.
The refs were terrible against the fucking Rams game. We didn't make that fucking first down. Kenny didn't make that first down on the sneak. He was short.
Yeah.
But they gave us a first down. They kind of screwed the Rams at that point. But then all of a sudden,
We want to blame the refs and not ourselves for our incompetence and for our failures and our mistakes and our poor execution. Instead, we want to blame the refs and
instead of actually looking themselves in the mirror.
Yeah.
Not just that, with poor execution, not executing on the field.
In fact, Tomlin said on the slow start offensively against the Jags, he said the early portions of the game don't decide the outcome. It usually doesn't. It didn't today. Obviously, we want more fluid starts, but it didn't determine the outcome of the game. You went 3 and out 4 straight times. 4 straight fucking times. And the one time you go down the field off of a KZ interception, you only get 3 points.
Yeah.
When you're in the red zone. That doesn't decide the outcome? Are you kidding
The
me?
way I see it, those 4 straight 3 and outs really bit you in the ass.
Think of how many games we could have won if this offense started off hot. Think of all the games you won in the previous years. If that offense started hot, how many games could we have won? Come on, dude. Really? Just continued excuses.
Everybody knows
And then
the
he
phrase.
wants to blame the defense, man. They weren't advantageous on the 3 turnovers because they were on our side of the field. They were closer to the Jags getting a touchdown than it was us getting a touchdown.
Yeah.
What? Like, what are the excuses for the offense? I don't understand it. And now that we have what Kenny Pickett is saying he is going to play, whether he does or not, it doesn't make a difference. The quarterback play regardless sucks. In fact, I'd much rather see Mason start. I'd much rather see Mason get a helmet. Truthfully. On a short week when your quarterback is hurt, regardless how he feels, on a short week when your quarterback is hurt, your O-line sucks, your offense sucks, why not start Mitch or preferably Mason and keep Kenny healthy? That's twice this year.
Yeah.
That's twice this year. Thankfully, Kenny didn't get hurt the last time, but he's getting hurt constantly, it seems.
Yeah.
Some of that absolutely has to do with the O-line. The concussions last year was due to the O-line.
But you
Him
saying
getting hit is due to the O-line.
You saying go with Mason, that's obviously something they're not going to do. They never truly gave Mason a fair shot, a fair chance. I firmly believe that.
Yeah.
But if they were to go with Mason, it would bring a level of intrigueness and interest to the offense.
I would be a little more excited. Now, nothing would change. Not much would change in terms of the play calling and the game planning. But he's a little more aggressive. He's a little more attacking with the football in the air.
The
It may not work out all the time.
The guy's got a stronger arm than Kenny and Mitch.
100%.
His deep ball is his best trait. And the chunk plays on offense is something that we have not really been good at executing. In some degree, Mason can execute on those plays. He's shown it time and time.
Yeah.
Not consistently, but he's shown it time and time. I'm not saying Mason would be the savior, he'd be the franchise, because he's not.
No.
But when it comes to the offense, when nothing is working, nothing is progressing, nothing is growing, there's no oomph to the offense. A guy like Mason with his capabilities, with his aggressiveness, his arm strength, his capabilities, can't hurt to give the guy a shot.
But they're not going to.
I know they're not.
So Kenny will be the starter. A hurt Kenny is a lot more worrisome than a healthy Kenny. So that factor alone, I'm just not confident in the offense. Now that our quarterback's hurt, the game plan is obviously to run the ball, as Rob would say.
Run the ball!
You know?
Yeah,
so
really.
Run the football is the game plan here. But the Titans have a decent linebacker core and a very good defensive line to slow down what is going to be a more predictable rushing offense for the Steelers. How are they going to mix up the run game to make it a little more productive? They're not going to do much. The run game sucked last week. 70 yards total. ETN had 79 alone. Our leading rusher was Jalen Warren with 19 yards. That's it.
Yep.
We have to rely on the run game because our quarterback is hurt. And if we can't get a running game going, Kenny, who is hurt, you're going to trust him to help out the air attack?
And we should be able to trust him, but his execution has not been good. For a first-round quarterback,
I don't trust him, man.
For a first-round quarterback, and he has not really progressed. He's more regressed than progressed.
I am right on the verge of saying I am giving up on Kenny Pickett. I am right on the verge. The only benefit of the doubt I will give Kenny is the line does suck and the scheming sucks. The play calling still sucks. Correct. But Kenny Pickett is not a good quarterback. His accuracy, his reads, staring down receivers, his pocket awareness, his pocket everything is all trash. He's more of a rookie this year than he was last year.
No, there's been times, not just the Jags game, there's been times all season where he could have made throws that were absolutely possible for him to make. Execution that he could have made, and he didn't do it.
And he didn't do it.
And he hasn't gotten better at it. And that's very worrisome.
There has been small little fun glimpses, but nothing truly great to, I suppose, stand on when it comes to Kenny being a future guy.
There's been more negative plays than there's been positive. I guess it's fine to hold on to the positive because that's what we want. We want this guy to truly be the heir to Ben, the franchise.
As long as he's I'm still repping his towel right here. As long as he's my quarterback, I'm going to root for the guy to succeed.
But I have
to criticize it because us as fans have not been satisfied with the quarterback play. And yes, some of that has to do with us being spoiled with Ben Roethlisberger for 20 years. I'm not going to lie to you. All we knew as our quarterback
was Ben.
Us speaking personally was Ben. So the expectation is going to be a little higher, especially since he is a first-round quarterback. You are drafted at a certain grade. You have certain expectations. Kenny is playing as if he was Mr. Irrelevant. Truthfully, they ought to swap fucking selections. If I'm being 1,000% real with you. But Kenny has not been good at all this year. And he's going to play this game according to him. And he's going to be more hurt. Which is a little more terrifying when it comes to how you think Kenny's going to play in this game.
Yeah.
Is he going to bounce back? Well, I'm not confident saying it. And regardless to anything in this offense, as it is every week, I'm not confident in saying anything. Which is why after the Rams game, when we came back and we had 2 straight touchdown drives on the ground, we said, good job, let's do it again. Let's see if this team can remain consistent. And they didn't.
No.
So going forward, as it has been pretty much all year, there's nothing to trust with this offense, especially in this game. So I don't know what to expect, but the same. It's as simple as that. Maybe we get a big play here and there. Maybe we get a glimpse here and there. Maybe we get a little more aggressive, but can the players execute? All I want to see this week is better execution. I want better fucking execution. Simple as that. The defense is going to have to save us. The defense is going to have to come up big. The offense is going to have to win us.
They're going to
game.
have to rely on the defense once again. Guys like TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, JPJ now, the linebackers to a degree. Everybody. They're going to have to rely on the whole defense. Defense did absolutely everything that they could. Honestly, not just the Jags game. We know they give up big plays. They're not good through the air and on the run defense. They haven't been good at that. They're ranked 30th in the NFL total defense still.
Yeah.
But the turnovers that somehow that they've been able to acquire, they've been able to get, and the stops that they've been able to the opportunities they've been able to give to the offense overall.
It has been wasted. Wasted.
Not only has it been wasted, but it's arguably, I want to give a shout out to Cold Steel or Penn's Morning Brew in the chat because me and him talked to him after offline, off camera. He said this to me, and I absolutely agree with him. It's because of the defensive stops and turnovers.
Why we have 4 wins.
It's why we have the wins. All of our wins are because of defense. It's not because of the offense.
No.
The offense has taken advantage of said turnovers, but that's because of the defense.
The only time they take
the offense has not done anything by themselves. It's been because of defensive turnovers why they got points on the board.
Exactly. And the only time they can take advantage of turnovers is when it is closer to their scoring zone, which Tomlin admitted, inadvertently he admitted in his press conference. The defense is going to have to come up big. They are going to have to welcome Will Levis to the NFL.
But Will Levis, man, he's coming off a incredible first impression, an incredible debut. 4 touchdowns against Atlanta.
All of them were chunk plays. All of them were chunk yardage.
3 of them to DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins had no touchdowns coming into that Falcons game. He had 3. He looked like prime Hopkins.
He looked like Hopkins from Houston. Truthfully, when he had how many terrible quarterbacks throwing him the football, and he still put up elite wide receiver 1 numbers. He did it again, and now he's going up against our secondary, which have yet to make moves, outside of promoting Joey Porter Jr. to starter over Levi Wallace, thankfully. But that's not the only move they should make. That should not be like, hey, guess what? Secondary fix. No, it's not. We don't have Minka in this game. That scares the shit out of me. The fact that we don't have Minka up top to help out our secondary is very worrisome. When we continue to allow chunk yardage, we continue to allow big plays and big yardage to wide receivers this season.
Yeah,
we're one of the worst in the league at that.
But Hopkins ain't the only target. You know, they also have a first-round receiver from last year, Traylon Burks,
who's been quiet all year. It wouldn't surprise me if this is his breakout game this year.
Could be. Was he from Arkansas last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a solid target coming out of Arkansas. I think he's got a lot of upside. A ton of upside.
We can't forget Derrick Henry in the ground game.
No, the guy had 100 yards last year. He hasn't been explosive. He hasn't been King Henry.
But he's quietly having a very, very good year. He's still showing he has a lot in the tank. The Titans are not the same team they were years ago. Ryan Tannehill's not the same. They would be stupid to start him again this year. Keep Will Levis in. DeAndre Hopkins is not the same. Derrick Henry is not the same. But they are still well coached by Mike Vrabel. And he always matches up well against some of the best in the league when it comes to coaching and teams, which we're not even in that category. But the fact that he does that against very good coaches and seeing how Tomlin gets out coached more times than not, you know, it's going to be an interesting matchup.
Yeah.
And as long as Mike Vrabel is coaching the Titans, I always feel like the Titans have a decent chance. They don't have a great roster, and they trade away Kevin Byard for pennies to Philly. They have Terrell Edmonds. Terrell Edmonds comes home, I suppose. I wish we could trade him so we can finally truly come home, but we're not going to do that.
See, that's funny because I'm looking at depth chart. He's not even the starter anymore. He's not even the starter. That's Amari Hooker and Elijah Molden at the time.
But the point is, the Titans are not the same team. But
as long as Mike Vrabel is their head coach, they always have a fighting chance.
Right.
Mike Vrabel is a fantastic head coach. He recently, not too long ago, he won Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
The guy was able to bring the prime years out of Ryan Tannehill.
Right. But, yeah, because it seems like the Titans' window, it wasn't wide open, but it was kind of creaked. It was cracked. It was cracked. It was. But now, like, that's shut. They have no chance now. But with Will Levis, and that's kind of like the shot of adrenaline they might need.
That was the shot of adrenaline that they needed.
So we're going to need to welcome him to the NFL. And their line is poor. Their line is still suffering through injuries. But keep in mind, we said the exact same thing when we went up against the Texans. We said we need to welcome C.J. Stroud to the NFL. He has a bottom-of-the-barrel practice squad O-line that's going up against the best pass rush in the NFL. And what happened?
We got no sacks.
0 sacks, and they blew us out. Could this be another occurrence? I hope not.
I hope to God not.
So even though we are going up against a rookie quarterback, we are going up against a poor O-line. The defense needs to show up and make plays and truly take advantage of the inexperience and the wash-up, I suppose, of what is the Titans now. But I don't want to underestimate the Titans because this is a classic rivalry. They always play us tough. We have some classic games against the Titans. This is one of those games you cannot sleep on.
Yep.
So when it comes to Titans, I feel like I'm saying this every week, but I'm just not confident in this one. I'm not confident in this game. The fact that Kenny's hurt is a worse Kenny than when he's healthy, and even a healthy Kenny's not good. We don't have Minka in this game. Our corners still suck. We're just going to need the pass rush to come and eat. And we got to get a ground game going, but I'm not confident in that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be another week of Stressful Steelers football, man. We have 2 episodes of Stressful Steelers football in 1 week. I don't think my heart can take it.
Keep in mind, in a couple of weeks, we have another one. We got another Thursday night game. It's like a month down the road, but nonetheless, still. Like, with this remainder of the season, like, we got 2 short weeks out of that in that span.
Right.
That sucks. That really sucks. Now, the thing with the Thursday night game, obviously, you have somewhat of a mini bye to kind of relax and heal up after having a short week, but the Steelers have 2 of them. And that's why we preached about changes and making adjustments and trying to improve the team and upgrade, because it's a long stretch. It's a long rest of the way.
Right.
And it's still credible with this trade deadline here, you know? And it's not going to be easy.
No, it's not. I'm searching through Twitter. There's been no other trades so far. It's only been Sweat and Dobbs. Dobbs was traded from the Cardinals to Minnesota. Dobbs in the 7th round are going to the Vikings for 6. Nothing else is concrete. There are people saying that we're finalizing a deal and this and that on Twitter. Shout out to TJ Black Gaming. I'm sure he's in the chat. He kind of added us on Twitter to this source, saying the Bears are finalizing a trade with the Steelers in exchange for defensive back Jalen Johnson. The Bears will receive a 2024 third and a 2025 fifth, but that is a false account. Very false account.
Yeah, because I'm not hearing anything from Schefter.
At least I think it's a false account.
Rappaport. I mean, if that was the case, I think it would be blowing up at the moment.
I think they would be more on top of it than some account with 1,000 followers. This account is followed by Jordan Schultz, who's a very trusty source. He's the one that pretty much admitted that the Steelers are one of the 4 teams in on Jalen Johnson. But I don't know who this is, and I'm not sure.
I mean,
if it's a trusted
I
source.
never heard of him, and I'm not hearing anything on Twitter at the moment. There was a trade by the Vikings.
Yeah, because I feel like if there was going to be some breaking news on the Bears trading Jalen Johnson, the more popular names would be on top of it.
Well, it's not a Steelers trade, but there's a trade just right now. The Vikings are trading standout guard Ezra Cleveland to the Jaguars.
Oh.
Yeah. Just like that.
That boosts the Jags line.
In exchange for a third-day draft pick.
It's true? Well, I'm not sure if it's true or not. Until I get concrete news from a reliable source.
I'm taking that information with a grain of salt. I'm taking it very lightly.
People in the chat are saying it's true. He's a source. Well, I don't know who to believe on Twitter, dude. I don't know who to believe on Twitter. The fact that the NFL took away, the fact that Elon Musk took away the check marks from the reliable sources makes this a lot harder to trust. I don't know who he is. He's followed by Jordan Schultz, but I don't know if it's a reliable source. I don't see nothing on Twitter. I'm hoping it's true. He has 1,000 followers, but Schultz does follow him. So that might be the concrete evidence we need. But until it's confirmed by Schefter or Rappaport or Pelissero or Schultz himself, I don't know. I hope it's true. I hope it's true. God almighty, if that is true, that would be a massive trade, something we've all been asking for. It needs to happen.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything at the moment here on Twitter. Just the Ezra Cleveland news. That's pretty much as up to date with the trade deadline as it is.
As of now, I don't believe it. I don't believe it as of now. I need concrete evidence from a true, reliable source. For the love of God, give me hope that it is true. Because I don't know, man.
Give us that king-size candy bar, Omar.
Come on, bro. Seriously.
Make the move. It needs to happen, dude. I'm serious. It needs to happen. Like, if the Bears, they're 2-6 for God's sake. The Bears ain't going anywhere the rest of the way. Justin Fields ain't back yet.
No.
Justin Fields ain't going to be back for some time, actually. But if they were able to make the acquisition for Montez Sweat to help their pass rush, when they're not really going to go anywhere, at least not for this year, but what they're doing is investing in the future, because next year they're supposed to have, I think, the highest salary cap in $110 million. Mm-hmm. So they can use that money to extend Montez Sweat, who I'm sure will help their pass rush in a solid way.
Well, the trade just makes so much sense.
They got a lot of draft capital from the Panthers when they traded away the first overall pick.
Right.
So trading away a second really ain't much, and they're going to get something in return with Jalen Johnson.
The trade just makes so much sense. They trade a second, so they need a pick back. I'm willing to definitely trade a second. You extend the guy, you solidify corner. The Bears and Steelers have experience from literally 1 year ago.
Yeah.
They looked at Jalen Johnson during the combine and during the draft visits and the draft bringings during his draft process. I mean, it makes all the sense in the world.
But the Bears are investing a lot into their future for next season, the year after that, and the year after that, of course. They're investing a lot into next season. Mm-hmm. This year, arguably, we're not going to get anywhere. Maybe another non-losing season at best, of course. That's Tomlin's go-to recently. And
that's his success.
That's his success. But we can still trade for a guy like Johnson and still invest in the future.
Yeah.
Still make moves what we have to do. I'm not trying to look too far ahead into the offseason because we still got a long stretch of the way, but
I'm looking ahead.
But still, like, we're not really going to go much. Barely a playoff berth still. Get a guy like Johnson, give him that contract extension, get better on offense, get better coordinators, get better coaches overall. Like, hit the complete reset button and get a new scheme, a new staff, coaching staff involved for next season. And just invest heavily into your future for next season. You should have done that this year. But you delayed it because you want to keep Matt Canada for some reason. Mm-hmm. You want to keep all the coaches for some reason because you thought it was going to pan out and work out when obviously it isn't. It's more exposed than ever before. So hopefully you have an idea, to Steelers and Tomlin and Art Rooney, hopefully they have an idea of exactly what to do to hit the reset button next year and focus on the future ever more so next season.
They don't. Resetting would completely sweep the coaching staff, which is so necessary. But as long as Tomlin's head coach, hey, he gives us the best chance to win, but he doesn't. But I agree. I mean, come on, they got to make the move, right? We're still just monitoring. We're kind of just waiting patiently to see if it happens. I don't know if it's going to happen or not.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything. I mean, it's been a very slow trade deadline. I think last year we had a lot last year, like 11 or something.
If the Steelers are going to do something today.
This year we haven't seen much.
If the Steelers are going to do something today, they're going to trade away a player. That's going to be Levi Wallace.
I would imagine that's Wallace. But
what is the value?
You got to have somebody. That's the part. You trade away Wallace, you got to get somebody in return.
Yeah. What is the value in keeping Wallace?
You got to get somebody to replace that because you should not have Pat Pete outside for the rest of the way.
No.
You can't.
No.
He's not capable of that anymore in his career. You got to put him in the slot. We all know this. We've all been preaching this. Get him back into the slot. Trade for a credible outside guy alongside Joey Porter Jr. And the depth that you got is whatever.
Yeah.
It's honestly whatever. But you'd replace Levi with a better starter, a more capable starter, that move alone would be able to help your freaking defense, your secondary.
Exactly.
If you were to make the move and utilize your defensive guys properly in the proper situations where they can make an impact.
Which means get them in man coverage, please.
Get Minka back up top when he's healthy. Utilize Pat Pete's versatility if you want. You got other guys in the slot that you can get involved in there.
Get Elijah Riley more involved. I mean, come on, man.
The usage is been another thing that they have not been doing right on defense.
They can just incorporate so much into this defense. But they're not making the moves, at least not yet. The Steelers are absolutely talking. They are busy. They're not just sitting on their hands and being quiet. They are doing something right now.
But time, every minute is a ticking time bomb.
Right.
Every minute, it's getting to that time. We only got just a little over an hour and a half left at the deadline.
For the deadline. And so far only three moves, officially 4 moves. Because I refreshed Twitter. Actually, that was yesterday. Never mind.
Yeah, that's that.
That was yesterday.
That Eagles defensive line to the Falcons because they lost Grady Jarrett.
Right. Okay, so 3 moves today have been announced.
Yeah.
That's it.
That has been it.
It's been Montez Sweat to the Commanders to the Bears. Josh Dobbs from the Cardinals to the Vikings. And Ezra Cleveland to the Vikings to the Jags. That's it.
Yeah.
So we're hoping Levi Wallace to the Bills or Levi Wallace to the Bears. Something.
Yeah, something that
Jalen
the Steelers
Johnson
can do.
to the Steelers. Kyle Duggar to the Steelers. Something. Kyer Elam to the Steelers. Let's get something. Imagine you have Pickens and he only gets 3 targets a game. I don't understand it. Makes no sense to me.
Makes zero sense.
That's just terrible. I'm glad Deontay had a good game. He should have had at least one touchdown, but man, you got to get Pickens more involved for sure. In fact, let me see the Titans depth chart.
Well, I got it right here. Why? What are you looking for?
I'm just looking at their depth chart. I'm not entirely familiar with the Titans defense because they have nothing outside of Landry and Simmons
Well, the
and
second,
Autry
their
and
left
Salyer.
their left cornerback is Sean Murphy Bunting. Their right cornerback is Christian Fulton. They have Roger McCreary as the backup. Caleb Farley's been out for some time. Their safeties are Amani Hooker and Elijah Moulton.
They put Moulton at safety?
Free safety, yeah. Edmonds is the backup to Moulton. They claimed Kevon Wallace from the Cardinals. He's their third stringer currently. That's pretty much their secondary. So it's not, it's nobody really credible, nobody big, obviously, since Kevin Byard's no longer there. But I'm still not going to underestimate the secondary guys.
Right.
Not one bit.
Yeah,
But yeah, absolutely get guys like, Johnson's been heavily involved, as expectedly, since he's been back from injury. Back from IR.
Yep.
But Pickens, absolutely. There's no reason why he's not getting involved, why he's not seeing targets.
No.
Like that one catch alone, which was a 22-yard touchdown, Jesus Christ. Just explosive. Able to get the only touchdown for the Steelers on the board.
Yeah.
Get that man the ball more. The guy can make plays happen.
Yeah, the only touchdown on the board, which each of our 3 losses. Now, granted, this was our first loss this season that wasn't a blowout. But all 3 losses, we scored less or just only 10 points. Man.
It feels like a blowout, though.
It absolutely does.
Arguably, it should have been if it wasn't for the defense. Yeah, I'm looking on Twitter. There's just nothing at the moment. Yeah. I would like to think that as the trade deadline starts wavering down to the final minutes, final hour, that's when we see plays because teams could very well be rushing and panicking, I guess would be another word, just to get these players onto the teams.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see what happens. But, yeah, we got about an hour and a half till the deadline. So, I'm sure we'll continue to see news, but
yeah,
we'll see how much news we get. It's not been very active. It's picking up a little bit, but it's nothing crazy.
No, not at the moment. Not at the moment.
No, not right now. Twitter's very quiet right now.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be that period where we're just going to be sitting, scrolling through Twitter, hoping we find something.
Yeah, just refreshing it every minute.
Yeah.
As our batteries end up dying or whatnot.
Pretty much. All right. Hopefully when I come back, Jalen Johnson is a Steeler. But I'll be right back. I got to use the bathroom.
Oh, great. Nice.
I got to take the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Is that relevant? Yeah, it is. Yeah, because they lost to Seattle. Yeah, they did. Thank goodness for Geno Smith. Oh, boy. Yeah, just nothing at the moment. Constantly scrolling down here. Just nothing. I'm hearing Chase Young still out there. The Commanders are listening to them. Or Commanders are listening to offers about Chase Young. Devontae Adams apparently will not be traded. Who else is out there? T. Higgins, but I don't think he's going to get traded. Surtain, of course, doesn't seem like he'll be traded. Not with the asking price that they're looking for. Trade Mitch back to the Bears? Nathan, if they want to take that contract and I don't know much about Tyson Bagent. I really don't. He had that one good game against the Raiders and Sunday night. I don't think he was too stellar. And Justin Fields is still out, so I don't know exactly how much longer he will be out. The Bears could just stick with Tyson. But, I'm never going to say no to potentially trading Mitch and making Rudolph the number 2. Just get whoever for the third quarterback because he's always a freaking healthy and active. So, does it happen? Absolutely not. They just extended Mitch. They're not going to give up on him. They're going to want him as their quarterback for the foreseeable future for some reason. The veteranship and his leadership, yeah, sure. I suppose, but his execution on the play is very, very inconsistent, very poor. So that ain't happening. Trade Wallace back to the Bills. We've been preaching it for weeks, for several weeks, and they're looking for cornerback help, and they need cornerback help. So why not Sean McDermott get a guy that's very familiar?
Wallace for Elam, straight up. Why not? I'm trying to see, because obviously the hot name is Jalen Johnson.
Of course.
And I honestly don't want to settle for anyone but Jalen Johnson. You know what I mean?
I don't want to say Jalen Johnson or bust, but
Kind of is.
it kind of is, yeah. It really kind of is.
But as a matter, I got to look at other options because the Steelers are definitely
You
in
can't
the running.
sleep on other options. You can't sleep on other options.
Right. The Steelers are confirmed
But
in on
if-
Jalen
if-
Johnson, but
If the Steelers and Khan want to be aggressive like they should be, then Johnson's your guy. Johnson is your guy, no doubt.
they could be in the running for Elam. He has that first round pedigree, NFL bloodlines. They interviewed him for the draft process. What was it, last year? So they could be looking into that. They could be looking at safety help. Everyone keeps bringing up wide receiver. Like, no, we don't. Like, our wide receivers depth sucks, but we're not in the need for wide receiver. That priority would be way out of line. Their priorities are not in the right order.
Yeah, wide receiver is not a concern. All we got to do is utilize the starters properly.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's either corner or safety, right? I'd like to say center, but we all know they're not going to do that.
No,
unfortunately.
it's without a doubt corner or safety. More so corner, of course.
People say, trade Canada to a Division II school for some Gatorade. Yeah, Antonio Brown, man, he spilled all of it years ago, and we still haven't gotten a refund. We still haven't gotten a refill, so why not? Still talking to Bears for Young. For Young.
They don't have a player named Young.
I don't think
Do you
they
mean Commanders for Young? Is that what you mean?
Because Chase Young is they are getting calls about Chase Young. The Commanders are. So it's possible. I don't think we're going to be in the running for it. It just makes no sense.
No, our
Right
edge is
now.
fine. Our edge is fine. Our edge is the best thing about the team.
I think we could get Chase Young, Jalen Johnson, or Justin Simmons. Justin Simmons would be a big one. The Broncos already said that everyone's up for grabs. Even Justin Simmons, who's one of the best in the league. I think he plays more of a Minka role over there. So who would play the strong safety role? You can't kind of handicap either. If we're going to trade for a safety, it's got to be like a Buda Baker, who's going to win a big contract, or it's got to be like a Kyle Duggar, who they really like during the draft process. Someone like that. What's Jabril Peppers up to? Is he getting trade talks?
I don't see. That was another name I was looking at too. Jabril Peppers. I know Zeke's getting.
It's just an underrated one. I'll throw it out there. There's talks of a Dory Jackson. I don't think any of us are going to want that.
No.
Jabril Peppers would be a nice one.
As
but
far as
I
the
don't know-
Patriots-
I don't know if the Giants or the Patriots are going to want.
As far as the Patriots, they've gotten calls about Zeke. I don't think they trade him.
I don't know. For the right price.
With Belichick, I mean, he's very unpredictable to a degree.
Well, no. I've always gotten the vibe about the Patriots and Belichick is that no one is safe over there. No one is safe from trading or replacing, because Belichick can always to him he can always find a replacement. He'd been wanting to get rid of Brady years ago and stick with Jimmy G, and of course I think it was Kraft.
Robert Kraft, he didn't want Brady to go.
So no one is safe when it comes to Belichick and the Patriots. So that's why I thought maybe a Jabril Peppers.
I don't know. Mac Jones is still safe. He's still going with him.
They have no better option.
You're going to go with the guy that's not really playing good, though?
They have no better option.
That don't mean stick with the guy that's making your team worse.
They have no better option.
That don't mean shit. That don't mean Mac Jones ain't doing nothing good. He ain't being productive.
Disagree.
He ain't being productive. Hold on, what's this? Multiple teams have called the Denver Broncos regarding star safety Justin Simmons. The price is high and trade will be hard to get done, but it's not impossible.
No, not impossible. There are a lot of teams that would want to trade a bank for Justin Simmons, and
Yeah.
rightfully so.
I would imagine that's a team that's damn near a Super Bowl run.
Again, still not much talks.
No, it's just rumors at this point. Trade talks, teams are...
Multiple teams have called the Commanders regarding Jahan Dotson. That makes no sense.
Dotson?
That makes no sense.
I don't know about that.
Why would they trade Dotson?
Commanders are asking for a day 2 pick for Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
No.
No.
No, thank you. Nope.
No.
No team's doing that. No team's doing that.
No. Come on now.
You got a second for Sweat, for God's sake. How much more greedy can you be? Come on, Ron Rivera.
What's this? Michael Vick on Twitter.
What about Michael Vick?
Well, let me... This stupid keyboard's not working. There we go. He puts on Twitter... So many prayers up to the Rooney family and Steelers Nation. Patrick J. Rooney Sr. will be missed. Member of the Rooney family.
Oh, shoot, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Member of the Rooney family, huh? I just searched his name up on Google to see if there's anything extra out there. Passed away on October. I just found his obituary.
Oh, jeez. A member of the Rooney family passed away today?
Yep.
Damn.
He was the brother of Dan Rooney.
Wow.
So that is Art Rooney II's uncle, I believe. Because he was the son of the chief.
Yeah.
So that is our president, our owner's uncle that just passed away, unfortunately. He passed away on the 29th, according to his obituary.
Oh, the 29th. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, damn.
A mass of Christian burial to celebrate Pat's life will be held on November 4th, 2023 at St. Patrick Roman Catholic Church.
Okay.
That's in Florida. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that is devastating. Damn.
Yeah. Devastating to the Rooney family. That's unfortunate. Rest in peace to Patrick Joseph Rooney Sr.
Yep.
Or as known as Pat. Wow, that's unfortunate. Man. You don't want to hear that.
No, never.
Never want to hear that. Wow, that's very classy of Michael Vick, though, to say that out there. He heard the news, and because he wasn't here long.
No.
He was here for like 3/4 of the season. But for him to throw that out there and you know, I suppose be as well involved with the organization and the Rooney family is very touching.
It is. And we got a trade alert. Not Steelers related. Not Steelers related. Commanders defensive end pass rusher Chase Young will be traded to the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, god damn.
Damn, that's probably the biggest news on the deadline thus far today.
Oh, the Niners, bro. Are you kidding me? The Commanders are being active today. No.
They trade away both their star pass rushers.
That D-line is
According to
dead,
Rappaport,
bro.
likely a mid-round pick in 2024 for Chase Young.
Yeah, because they still got to take on his contract, and he's a free agent next year. Wow.
And Niners were looking for pass rush help.
Yeah.
Serious pass rush help, and they got that.
Armstead, Bosa, Hargrave, and now, oh my God, now what's his name? Chase Young.
Yeah.
In rotation. Chase Young with that defense, good Lord. That's massive.
And that is the proper scheme for him, too.
Bro, poor Jonathan Allen.
Yeah, he's the
Wasn't
only
he the one that said he's sick and tired of this shit?
Yeah, Allen and Daron Payne signed with them long term, too.
Oof.
Yeah, so both guys in the middle, it's just them.
That's all they have now.
It's just them.
It is just them. Everyone else is bare. Bare.
Who exactly?
Sweat and Chase gone. Their edge rusher's gone.
Who's going to be replacing said rushers? Who exactly do they got?
Wow.
Effie Adoba.
Oh.
Effie Adoba and James Smith-Williams.
Oh.
Exactly.
Wow, Chase Young to the Niners, man. That is crazy. Sheesh. Well, the Niners have made one deal. They are in on Jalen Johnson, but does this move mean they might be out? How much more capital are they going to trade?
I don't know.
John Lynch does like to trade his picks. He did that for Trey Lance and it didn't work out. But he does like to trade his picks. So they might not be done. The Niners might not be done. But talks are picking up.
Wow.
News is picking up as we are an hour and 20 minutes away from the deadline. And so far, no Steelers news. You can say that for a lot of teams. But the Steelers are being active. Let's just hope they get a deal done. We need something now, man. We need news soon. We need a move now, bro. Everyone knows we need a move. Organization knows they need a move. They benched Wallace for a reason. Washington is dealing Chase Young to the San Francisco 49ers for a third-round pick.
Ah, damn.
What trade is that? Or what year is that? Is it this year? It had to be this year.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Wow, man.
Third-round pick this year.
Interesting.
They are getting a lot of cap.
It's another player named Chase traded at the deadline.
Yeah, Young with Hargrave and Bosa on that D-line. I'm hearing rumors that the Bears are finalizing a deal with the Steelers for...
You talking that Jeff Simon guy?
Yeah.
Or whatever his name is?
Yeah, that's currently a rumor. We haven't heard anything from Schefter or Rappaport or
Unless it comes from them.
anybody else credible.
Unless it comes from them, I'm not believing it. It's a simple move. I don't know why it's taking so long. I know they're weighing their options. They're listening to any call.
To them, it's not that simple due to contract.
Fuck the contract, bro. You're not paying a quarterback bullshit money right now. You're not going to for at least 6-7 years.
That might be,
maybe even longer.
I think that's the first swear jar of the stream.
So, motherfucker, make the trade. You're already banking on the defense. Stop being scared to invest more into it. Solidify corner. Solidify your secondary. It's not that hard.
It's really not.
Come on, man.
It's really not.
Trade the second. Trade Wallace. Boom. Done. Thank you, Ryan Poles. You traded us a second last year for a bum. Well, we're going to trade you a second for a lockdown corner. Seems fair enough. Hey, sorry we finessed you last year. How about we just give you a second for Jalen Johnson?
Yeah, we'll make up for it. We'll make up for it as long as you give us a guy in return.
Simple as that, bro. Come on. Wait, Michael Vick has a Twitch? Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought I'd never. Okay. Okay. That's new. All right, what's going on in the chat? How you guys feeling in the chat? There was a poll. Do the Steelers make a trade by the 4 p.m. deadline? Majority of you guys say no. I'll end the poll and I'll put a new one in there. Put a new one in there.
And 54% said no. It may not happen, guys. I mean, we're really getting down there. We got an hour and a quarter left. So, the move is gonna have to happen ASAP at this point for any team.
We're on trade watch right now. All right, I'll put a new poll in the chat. I know what the answer is gonna be, but I'm still gonna just put some other options out there.
Yeah, there's just nothing at the moment. It's kind of boring.
All right, boom.
Just bare.
Who should the Steelers trade for? Jalen Johnson, Kyle Duggar, Kyer Elam, or O-line? Dump Najee, Wallace, Cole Canada, and Tomlin. I agree. I could not disagree. Honestly, I don't see Najee being here past his contract. You're still going to need another running back to help out Warren. Who that is, I don't know. That's something I'd entertain next year. They're not going to ditch Najee now, but that's definitely something I'd entertain. Because I entertained that last trade deadline. Remember last year when all those running back trade talks were piling up and we're like, hey, maybe we throw Najee into the mix as like a shocker. They didn't do it. So they're not going to do it now, but that's something they should entertain next year because they're not going to pick up his fifth-year option.
No.
They're not going to – they might tag him, but I just don't see him being here past his first contract. Maybe a 1 or 2 year extension as a backup to continue to split with Warren or whoever your running back is at that point. Yeah, a lot of you guys are saying Johnson. I just threw those other options in there because we do got to look at other names. Trade for Josh Dobbs if he wasn't already with the Vikings. I would love to bring back Dobbs, man. That's my boy. In fact, I'm glad he got traded so that I can continue to start him in fantasy as my super flex. Can we trade offensive coordinators? That's a good question. And if we can, please do so. Please do
Who's
so.
going to want Canada? No one's going to want him.
I don't know.
No one's going to want him.
Does NC State want him back? Can I be greedy and say we should get a cornerback and offensive lineman? You're not greedy in saying that, but you are definitely asking way too much from the Steelers. Way too much, my guy.
Yeah, if we're lucky, we can only get one. And hopefully it's the right one.
Yeah, it's like that scene from Family Guy. Where
You can't go wrong with either, but we all know it's the higher priority at the moment.
Yeah.
For once.
See what's going on in the chat. Henry couldn't run behind this O-line. No one could run behind this O-line. Not Gibbs, not Swift, not Chubb.
Not Robinson, not McCaffrey, not
No one.
ETN,
No.
nobody.
No. Wait, who said trade Deontay Johnson? That's absolutely not happening.
Yeah, no, that's not happening. That's not happening.
No, Deontay's going to be a Steelers to his
It's not
contract.
like, it's not like Robinson's done anything all year. Austin hardly gets involved unless it's a jet sweep.
Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. Can we reincarnate Mike Webster? I fucking wish, dude. Swear to God. I really wish. May he rest in peace.
Iron Mike, man.
Iron Mike. Before Iron Mike was cool. Jalen's getting traded right now. His news has been quiet. Now, he's getting traded. The Bears aren't trading a second rounder to get nothing out of Jalen Johnson. He's getting traded.
Bro, listen.
They're gonna wait to the very end to pretty much explore other options.
Listen to this. This was just tweeted by Schefter. 49ers defensive line, which is Bosa, Young, which actually, hold on, they were a duo together in Ohio State, right?
Oh, they got the Buckeyes duo together.
Yeah, that's crazy. They got Bosa, Young, Hargrave, Armstead, Drake Jackson, Randy Gregory, and Javon Kinlaw. Holy crap.
Imagine if they never traded Eric Armstead. Or not Eric Armstead, DeForest Buckner.
Yeah,
Imagine
really.
if they never traded him. Wow, that's scary. Third round pick for Chase Young, man.
Yeah. Does the losing streak end now with Young a Niner?
What the fuck? The Jags, bro. Their social media, I swear to God.
Oh my God.
Their social media, I swear to God.
Oh man, that's clever. That's clever.
I still hate what they did on Sunday.
Yeah, they can kiss my ass with that
Towel
one.
and Pickens, and of course this team did nothing about it.
Nothing,
This team
said
said
nothing, did nothing. They just they complain more about the refs than what a team did to what is essentially an identity of this culture. But
Right.
you know,
Just a shame.
like the losses, whatever. You know, we'll get over that. It's just once you put that, I mean, all bets are off.
And you got Debo
You got
in the
Debo,
stadium, bro.
not just Debo, Aaron Smith, bro.
If he was a contracted employee, if he was a contracted player, man,
Oh, he'd be
Debo
the-
would have walked over and
He
him,
would've
and,
been-
him and Joey Porter Sr. both.
Both would have been the most fined individuals in NFL history.
Oh, 100%. 100%. We would set up a GoFundMe to pay for that.
Big
They don't
time.
need it, but we would just do it. Don't trade Johnson now, but trade him when contract is up. He does not have reliable hands. Yeah, because the Steelers rarely extend receivers twice. I don't think they've ever even done that.
No, maybe outside of Hines Ward. No. No, was it just 2 years? Two times?
No, it had to be 3.
No, it had been 3 with how
No.
long he was with us. At least 3
But
times.
that's it.
Ward's an exception. Ward's an all-time GOAT.
Since we're waiting, just wanted to share some news. My baby just farted forcefully. That is your child. That is your child.
Yeah, breaking news, everybody. A baby farted. So, congratulations.
You take Simmons. You're saying Justin Simmons. I'm surprised Buda Baker hasn't been dealt with yet.
No, I've heard nothing about Buda Baker. Nothing. Heard 0.
He's very good, man. I don't know why teams aren't trying to trade for him. I know he's going to want a big contract, but come on, man. He's a phenomenal player. In fact, I remember Tomlin. I forget where it was. I think it was the one time we played the Cardinals. It was 2019 when we played the Cardinals. It was the same game. We shut down Murray, and I think Deontay had a punt return touchdown. I think Duck was the quarterback.
No, it was Mason.
Mason was quarterback.
Mason was
It
the
a wild
quarterback. I
game.
remember that game vividly. We were at work that one Sunday, and I was just watching on my phone.
Yeah, Hayden.
Like it was just a boring Sunday too. It was very boring, very slow, and I was just like, I'm just gonna watch the game.
Yeah, dude.
And I remember seeing Hayden's interception, Deontay's punt return, T.J. Watt's interception, and the other interception by Hayden. That was a great game.
But I think during that game, Tom was on the sideline just preaching Buda Baker as a player.
Yeah.
I know they're going to have to pay him, but it's well worth it. It's well worth it, man. And he would be a perfect fit in our defense. Perfect fit.
Hold on. I saw something. Hold on.
What
Twitter went away. Hold on. Where'd it go? Don't you hate when Twitter does this bullshit?
Just refreshes after you
Excuse
see
me.
something.
Hold on. Was it M? Was it that?
Oh, is it that ML?
Well, hold on. I don't know if it
I
was
don't
that or
trust
not.
that. I don't trust that. All they bank on is
Yeah, MO Football. If it's a verified Twitter account with.
it's not verified. They pay for Blue or whatever.
Well,
the
everybody
premium.
does now. Everybody does. They got 109, almost 110,000 followers. If you want to believe it, but
They report rumors.
well,
And
this is a rumor at the
and
moment.
they get their news
This is
from
a rumor.
other.
This is a rumor at this point, and I'm just saying it. The market for Bears star cornerback Jalen Johnson is heating up. With rumor is the Eagles and Steelers are involved. From my understanding, a deal will get done. The question now is where.
Here, now, let's go.
ASAP.
It's heating up, right?
Now it's just a rumor. It's not really a report. It's just a rumor.
No, because that account reports rumors and regurgitates everything that's said from reliable sources. I don't know if he or whoever it is has actual sources themselves. I don't know. I don't know it personally, but all I know is it regurgitates rumors and news from what it's heard.
You
all
be
it is.
seeing a lot of that on social media. But it's one of those rumors circling around at the moment recently. It's just the waiting game, as we got a little over than an hour until the deadline is finished. So, just waiting.
Oh, that's right. Seahawks did get Leonard Williams.
Yeah, yesterday.
We got a little over an hour left.
Panther Morning Brew says ML is legit. The NFL invited him to the draft.
Okay.
I mean, I believe you. So,
I think we're just going to sit here patiently waiting to see what happens. That's all we're doing. Eagles and Steelers, right? Well, the Steelers need them more.
see,
But the Eagles, Howie Roseman's a lot more aggressive.
yeah, the man's does not hesitate to make a move.
No.
Although he still has Darius Slay, he resigned James Bradbury, right?
Yeah. Hell, John Doe
You
puts
still
it
got
perfectly.
Avonte Maddox in the slot.
John Doe says trading him to the NFC Steelers are the better trade partner. Yeah, why would you trade him in conference? Why would you trade him in conference? You already have that relationship from last year. Sorry we finessed you out of a second. We'll give you a second back. Come on. Come on, man. It's making up for what we did to them last year. It's that simple.
Kevin O'Connell, Vikings head coach, has announced that the Vikings plan to start Jaron Hall versus Atlanta.
Then Josh Dobbs will come in and he'll be the starter.
Probably. Unless Hall, has a solid performance, he's a steady starter, then Dobbs is just a capable backup at that.
Yeah.
So, who knows with Minnesota? It's pretty much let's just see how it goes type of season.
Right.
At this point. It's like when Ben was out for us. It was pretty much let's just enjoy the ride while we can.
Pretty much. Come on, man. Come on. I'm just waiting on the news. Just waiting.
Just refreshing, hitting that home button every minute, every time. Just staring at the screen up until then.
God, if that happens soon, and that's breaking news, this entire chat's gonna light up. This entire chat is gonna, because they're watching more than we are. They're watching more than we are.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just monitoring everything right now. Come on, man. I don't want to get my hopes up. I really don't want to get my hopes up. I'm not trying to get you guys' hopes up either. Because ultimately, I don't think the Steelers are going to deal anything. Just trade away Wallace, Just trade away Wallace. What was the eye emoji on his Instagram story about? What was that about? And why are we waiting 3 hours to hear what that's about? That could be nothing.
Finalizing something.
That could be nothing.
Maybe they're trying to make sure it does go down. Like maybe a trade did happen. They just agreed upon it. They're just trying to make sure that's all finalized and confirmed. Maybe. I have no idea.
That's true. Maybe they're talking the...
They want to make sure it does get done by that deadline. They don't want to report something and then, maybe they then change their mind on the trade, say no, something bad goes down, and then the report's false. You know?
That's true. Also, Darnell Mooney might be in the trade category.
Yeah, I've been hearing teams have been trying to acquire him.
Yeah, I'm trading away a weapon from Fields. Interesting. While we wait for any extra news, man, what are you guys doing for Halloween? You guys doing anything special tonight? You guys doing anything crazy tonight? Any of you guys gonna go trick-or-treating or partying or whatnot? What are you dressing up for Halloween?
Well, I already got my costume on.
What's your costume? Oh, that
The
is your Halloween.
shirt, yeah.
That is your Halloween costume.
I am a depressed Steelers fan hoping to make a move, so that's what I am.
I'm an underpaid slave, so that's what I am.
I am dressed as me in my own skin. Okay.
Oh God. If I was bald, I'd be Matt Canada for the day. I already kind of got the facial hair.
I seen the Pat McAfee show. Tony Diggs. He dressed up.
Tone Diggs.
He dressed up as Matt Canada, but as the devil.
He's the devil. He's the devil. Darnell Mooney, thoughts? I don't see the need for him. Where would we put him?
Nah, there's. I don't think there's any need for him at all. I don't think he's necessary.
Unless you plan on swapping receivers, but I don't understand the need for him. In fact, swapping receivers doesn't sound like a bad idea. You want Robinson? Do they want to get rid of that veteran presence?
It's like, why did they trade for him then?
I don't know. Maybe the Steelers trade a second for Jalen Johnson and Darnell Mooney. That would be robbery. That would be robbery. I don't know.
It's a possibility if they want to add another target, add both to the offense and defense, but
The 49ers are projected to get a comp third-round pick for Mike McGlinchey and another comp third-round pick for the losses of Rand Carthen and D'Amico Ryans. And one of those comp thirds is being sent to Washington in exchange for Chase Young. So they lose nothing.
They literally lost nothing. See, man, Niners,
That's
man,
genius.
they're so smart. They're so smart with business.
Well, that's what we did when we traded up for Bush.
yeah,
We knew we were going to get a third-round comp pick back because
it's smart business.
we would have gotten that for Bell, which we did. Unfortunately, Bush didn't turn out.
And it was worth the risk in the Steelers' eyes, and it was. I still say it was a move they needed to do. It just didn't pan out.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. We have a trade. It's not Steelers related. I'm sorry if I got your hopes up. The Brands are trading Donovan Peoples-Jones to the Lions. That is fucking filthy.
Really?
Yeah. The Lions get another very solid slot weapon. They are boosting that offense.
Damn.
An offense was hot.
Really, Browns get rid of Donovan Peoples-Jones.
They weren't using him. They have Elijah Moore. They have Amari Cooper.
Yeah, but Moore ain't doing nothing.
They might use him more.
Like they haven't used him enough. Moore hasn't really done anything.
I don't know, man.
Unless they really like Cedric Tillman and David Bell.
But the Lions get wide receiver help. They have a very solid wide receiver room. Very solid wide receiver room. It just got better.
St. Brown, Williams, Reynolds, and now Peoples-Jones.
And Laporta is their tight end who's breaking out. Seems like every game he's just being a standout. I had Josh Reynolds on fantasy, but they hate him or something. I don't know.
Yeah, when Williams was out, Reynolds was seeing a lot of targets, but lately it's Laporta stepped up big. He's been there, a big target. St. Brown's obviously going to see targets.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like Williams has really seen much outside the deep touchdown.
Yeah.
At least from what I've seen.
Yeah, they're not really getting Jamison Williams involved. Trade with the Panthers for Jeremy Chin at weak side backer. I like that idea. I always like Jeremy Chin. I always like Chin, man. I think he'd fit well in our defense. Opposite of Minka. He's got that dime backer, that hybrid type feel, that box safety look. He's also a gunner, man, so...
Lions trade away a 6th-round pick for Donovan Peoples-Jones.
And for those that didn't know,
that's it.
Jeremy Chin is the nephew of Steve Atwater.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
So the bloodline connection is right there and then.
Bloodlines, yep.
It's right there and then.
Yeah, I would love Jeremy Chin. That'd be a great trade. That'd be very good. The Panthers, man, they're just getting rid of anything now. Panthers suck.
No, they won the first game, but by a field goal.
Joe Rogan and Elon Musk on his podcast. I haven't watched many of Rogan's podcast episodes. I'll admit, I haven't watched many of Ben's either. I got to get back on that. I definitely got to get back on that. All right, well, trade moves are picking up. Nothing too crazy.
We got 57 minutes left to go, guys.
57 minutes. Come on, man. We're just waiting for something. It's got to happen, right? Whenever Jalen... Because he's getting traded. That's confirmed. He's getting traded. I'd be shocked if he doesn't.
He has to be, right? I mean, literally any minute now. Any minute.
Whenever he gets traded, whether it's for us or to someone else, like the Eagles or the Niners or Bills or whatever, we'll see what happens. But if the second he gets traded and it's not to the Steelers, we're just going to log off the stream because, I mean, there's not...
Yeah, we'll just call it an end.
Because we're kind of just waiting, you know what I mean? That's the big news we're all anticipating for. This is kind of like a trade watch in the final hour. The clock's ticking. Alrighty. All right, Levi Wallace gets traded and becomes an All-Pro. That's not happening. Levi Wallace is
He wasn't
done.
even an All-Pro in his prime, man.
No. Why would Henry want to come to this mess of an organization?
Yo, hold up.
Derrick Henry?
Yo, that's actually clever. NFL memes, Nick Bosa and Chase Young on the same defensive line is the Dudley Boys highlight. They might as well be that, the Dudley Boys.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty clever.
You know, when I think, yes, I did see Levi Wallace's IG story with the eye emojis. I don't know what that means. That could mean anything. That could mean anything.
Of all days to do
He
it.
could have got himself something new personally. Maybe he's expecting. Maybe he is getting traded. I don't know. Maybe the Steelers are making a trade and he's excited about it. And it doesn't involve him. I don't know. It could mean literally anything. Could mean literally anything. Think Cleveland's about to get a receiver? They could. You might be right, Bestberg. They might get a receiver. Maybe they get Mooney.
Yeah, I was about to say that. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Maybe
they could
get
do
Mooney.
that.
Maybe they get Mooney. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Kind of just waiting and watching, you know. Hoping something pops off. But no, I don't know. To respond to Utah to NYC, why would Henry want to come to this mess of organization? I don't know why. In fact, I heard that there were talks. I don't know how reliable this is, but apparently, now don't quote me on this. Grant, I don't know if this is true or not. There was a trade in motion, like sealed, delivered, dot on the line, concrete, that Derrick Henry was going to go to the Ravens.
Yeah, but that's not reportedly happening, though.
No, because the Titans owner said no. And when I hear that, I say, thank God.
Yeah, they shouldn't get rid of Henry.
And I don't want to see the Ravens get Henry.
No.
That's just not fair.
No, absolutely not.
Not
And who's
DeAndre
replacing Henry? The
No.
Spears guy?
I don't know. I don't know who that is. I have no idea who that is. Maybe they pick up James Robinson. I don't know.
No, I think he got picked up recently,
Oh, did he? He's been on the street more than on a team this year.
which is kind of ridiculous.
Makes
He's
no
he's very credible. He's on the Packers practice squad.
Wow, that's fucking wild.
Yeah.
You know what else is wild? Look at this. Patrick Rooney. Art's the Chief's son and Art Rooney II's uncle.
Yeah.
Dan Rooney's brother. He unfortunately passed away a couple days ago. He died at 84. Dan Rooney died at 84.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
That's some shit that I will never be able to comprehend.
Damn.
That is wild how it just works that way, you know? The younger brother of Dan Rooney, and he dies at the same age. Makes no sense. I don't know how stuff just works like that. It's kind of creepy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we I'm not going to get too personal here, but we know from experience losing people in the same month. Almost, in an unfortunate instance, on the same day, just 3 years apart.
4
years apart. I don't understand how that happens. The Lord, the devil, death, whatever, just has a weird way of making things happen. It's creepy. I don't understand it. But may Patrick Rooney Sr. please rest in peace. That's unfortunate to hear a loss in the Rooney family. Why are people saying bring back Xavier Grimble?
No.
No. I forgot about him. I've been forgot about him. I don't even want to think of him. Same thing with Dante Moncrief.
Pan's Morning Brew, what am I supposed to do with that information?
What information?
Look at the chat. What am I supposed to do with that information?
What information?
Go down.
Bro, what the fuck? What?
You must be blind. All the
Motherfucker.
way down. Right there, underneath the fire canna emotes.
What? The fuck are you talking about?
That comment.
Oh, that.
God, you are blind. Holy crap, you got glasses on, bro.
No,
How'd you
I
miss
thought
that?
no. I thought you said that's what he said.
No.
Yeah, no one, bro.
No.
You
Use
know
your
what?
head.
I'm hiding this comment. I'm removing that comment, bro. Like, why? Just why? No one needs to know that. No one needs to know that.
In all seriousness, though, can we do something? Come on,
If you're going
Steelers.
to say something like that, say I took the Browns to the Super Bowl, so we can all kind of like laugh about it.
Even a chuckle.
Yeah, Kawhi's laugh. Speaking of Kawhi, guess who's joining Kawhi in LA with the Clippers, man?
Yeah, James Harden.
James Harden, bro. That's wild.
And you know what's funny? I think the owner of the 76ers is, I think he's either a partial owner or a full owner of the Commanders. So he's been busy. I think.
That's fucking stupid.
Here. I may be wrong about that.
So you're telling me
I may be completely wrong about that, but let me take a look.
what?
Let me take a look. That one.
That just makes no sense.
Yeah, Josh Harris. Yeah.
I mean, that's a rich man right there. So
Yep. He's the owner of managing partner of the 76ers, the Washington Commanders, and the New Jersey Devils.
good for him. He's a very successful man. Good for him. I just think it's weird that he is managing the Commanders while helping a Philly team in another sport. That's just weird to me. So he doesn't root for the Eagles, even though he has to help out the Sixers. I mean, it's I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, I know not everyone is going to root for the same sports teams in their city. You know, Pittsburgh is very heavy in that. And not everyone's going to do that.
That's the Pittsburgh culture. Yeah.
We need another receiver. Robinson is not covering it or not cutting it. I don't disagree, but it's not like a main priority. Everyone in the chat is saying, "Come on, Con, do something."
Yeah, we got 47 minutes.
In all seriousness, no, can we do something? Come on, Steelers. Come on, we got to do something. I'm not trying to get my hopes up because I still don't think anything's going to happen. But when you hear this news and these rumors, like, yeah, you can be like, come on, bro. Like, we're that close, aren't we?
Like, if we're constantly in talks, if we're in discussion about said player, it's like, all right,
Yeah.
okay, time's ticking, bro. Like,
James Harden, bring back the Thunder with no KD. Yeah, he's back with Westbrook. He's back with Westbrook. Who's KD with now? I haven't really kept track. Who's he with now? He was with the Nets. Is he still with the Nets? Or did he get traded? No, he got traded. He's with the Suns, isn't he?
yeah, he's
He's
with
with the
Phoenix.
Suns.
He's with Phoenix.
Dang.
Yeah, Phoenix is it's now or never for them.
It is.
It's now or never.
Because like they could have won the past couple years,
Mm-hmm.
and they just kind of
Yeah.
Chris Paul's coming to the end of his career. It's now or never for Devin Booker. Like Devin Booker's like
I don't think Chris Paul's with them anymore.
no.
No, I think he
See,
went.
that's how in touch I am with the NBA.
I think he
nowadays.
went to Golden State
When did that happen?
NBA offseason.
What?
He went to the Golden State Warriors. So he's with he's with Steph Curry.
When did that happen?
This offseason.
I'll be 1,000% with
That's
you
all-
guys.
he's been-
I really only pay attention to the NBA when it comes to the finals. I did not know CP3 was with the Warriors, bro. That is weird.
No, NBA offseason can be wild sometimes.
Oh, okay. No, you're not wrong.
It can be very wild
Wow,
sometimes.
bro. I did not know that. Wow. The Suns, man, they gotta capitalize at some point. Otherwise, it's gonna be a big what if. It already is, honestly. They had chances. Cooper Rush better than Dak? You saying trade for Cooper Rush? Why would we trade for a quarterback? What are they gonna do?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
I don't think any offensive trades are going to benefit us right now.
No.
You're already relying on the defense. You might as well trade for the defense. All right, any extra news?
Not that I've seen. Not that I have seen at the moment.
I don't see anything either.
Just to wait. Yeah, I know. I'm waiting too. I know.
Our dog's trying for attention.
I don't know what to tell you. Okay, Khan's not pulling the trigger yet. He's probably got his finger on it. He ain't pulling it. Okay? He's got to wait 45 minutes. All right? Go lay down. Go on.
45 minutes.
Go on.
That's taking too long. Come on, man. Come on, man. 45 minutes.
There's nothing.
Come on, bro. You got to get it done. Jordan Schultz on ESPN saying Jalen Johnson to the 49ers is less likely.
I'd imagine so.
So, yeah, put it on the ESPN. Why
I got to get the remote. Fine. Hold up.
I totally forgot that we could totally put on ESPN. Oof.
He's going to sit here till Johnson's traded, huh?
So, yeah, pretty much. So, even if he doesn't get traded, I mean, that's kind of what we're banking on, right?
That's the one guy, because I can't think of anybody else. I can't
This
think
is
of
the
any
trade
other
deadline,
primary
bro.
position.
And I didn't think I'd get off work today. So, yeah, I'm gonna sit here every last minute until a trade is made or a trade is not made. We don't get to do this often, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. We don't.
Come on, bro. So according to Penn's Morning Brew, it's either between the Eagles or the Steelers. The Niners are less likely to make the move. If he has any say, I'd imagine he's going to Philly. Yes, because they gave him permission to seek a trade, which means he has say. I think he absolutely has say. And who wouldn't want to go to Philly? Who wouldn't want to go to Philly?
Philly's one of the hottest teams currently, yeah.
Yeah, why would he want to come to us? They gave him permission to seek a trade, so he absolutely has some say. Unless the Bears just swoop it from under him, like, nah, the Steelers gave us better value. So I don't know. I'd take Isaiah Simmons. Yeah, I love Simmons, but I think that's in the past now because he's going to remain with the Giants. Just got an update that Kenny said he's ready for the game Thursday against Tennessee Steelers app. Yeah, he confirmed that to the media today. He's going to play.
Yeah.
And that does concern me. A hurt Kenny is worse than a healthy Kenny, and healthy Kenny's not even good. So, fuck. Swear to God. We are almost out of coins, bro. I gotta hit up the bank on Thursday before the game because I know the game.
No, it's gonna get wild.
It's gonna get wild. It's gonna get wild. If I was the Bears, I would send him to an AFC team. Yeah. They might not want to trade him within the conference.
Where is ESPN? Is that it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Justin Fields or Trubisky? Yeah, no.
That ain't happening.
I'm not even a fan of Justin Fields. If I'm being honest with you, so.
Nah, he wouldn't do much.
I just feel like he's not done. I mean, Mike Tomlin loves him. But I don't think he's a great quarterback. I don't think he's much of a winner, honestly. He'll have his splashes. He'll have his good ones, but he hasn't done great.
Who the hell is this? Tim Kawakami? From San Francisco. 108,000 followers. I guess he's an insider.
Uh-oh.
NFL source, 49ers are closing in on another trade. I don't know who it is for, but it seems like they've got one more in them.
Oh, so you don't know who it's for, but
No.
you think a trade's going to happen.
That's according to this Tim Kawakami. Of The Athletic, and he's from San Francisco.
And he has over 100,000 followers. He's very reliable.
That could be for Johnson. That could be for another cornerback. That could be for a target.
So he doesn't know who it's for, but it seems likely they got one more trade happening. John Lynch he's busy today. John Lynch is busy.
Yep. Man, don't play around.
I swear to God, Lynch. Come on, bro. Come on. You don't need nothing else. I mean, I know they need a corner badly. Lenore is not really it. They have no one opposite of him.
No.
That would really solidify their defense. But no, bro, come on. And they don't have to pay their quarterback a lot of money, so they can definitely throw as much into that defense
Yeah,
as they want.
they're in like the prime position.
They're in a perfect position. But don't do it. I swear to God. Go get Elam or something. I don't care.
Go get Surtain.
Don't get Surtain. Ew.
Well, they don't need all that capital. They're fine. Realistically.
Dude, if they land... Wow.
Oh, they'd be the freaking winners, just like that. Like the three game losing streak, I forget about that. They just added a lot.
Yeah. Imagine they get Young and Johnson. That's just absurd. That is absurd. I don't think I've ever seen a team benefit much more at a trade deadline than the Niners would if they pulled that off. And the Niners are already good. Plus, they're on a bye. So, like, they can, like, just, relax.
Oh, this is the perfect timing for them.
Because they've lost 3 straight. They need to regroup. And to get players that don't have to play immediately, bro, they're in a prime position.
No, this is scripted.
This is scripted.
No, it sounds fishy. Hold on. Like, they knew what they were doing.
Okay, if it's not Jalen Johnson, who is it? Chat, if it's not Jalen Johnson, who is it?
Or what position?
Or do they do anything? I'll ask one question at a time. If it's not Jalen Johnson, who is it for the Steelers? If they trade for anything. I'll ask the chat that question. By the way, if you're feeding in, if you're coming in, just sitting patiently with us as we await the trade moves, feel free to hit that like and hit that subscribe if you're new here. Would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate everything going on the last couple months, man. It's been very, very fun to do it with you guys. It's not been fun to watch, but it's been very, very fun to do it with you guys. At this point, I have no idea. O-line or D-line, secondary or line. We need to send for picks. That's it. Justin Simmons. They might get a right tackle, maybe. Mike Gesicki. I don't see the purpose for a tight end. We don't even use our own tight ends.
No, we don't.
What's Jonathan Allen up to?
He's just hanging on for dear life at this point. And Washington.
Jonathan Allen would not like it any better up in Pittsburgh. Because he says, it's been the same shit for 7 years. Well, let me tell you about Pittsburgh, man. It's been even longer than that. I know how you feel.
Yeah, let me talk to you.
We're not far from the capital.
It's not that much different. It's not that much different. Let's be real here. A little bit more success, but just only success is a 9-8 record. Hey, we got a winning record. That's
What if the Steelers
that's it.
What if the Steelers do nothing? I mean, that speaks volumes. Not saying they're not trying, but man, they're definitely not trying. Or they're not trying. That's what I'm saying. They are trying. They're talking.
They're trying, guys. They are really trying.
They're definitely not trying, if that makes any sense. But yeah, if they could get
To
nothing
say they're
done,
trying.
they're trying. But if they don't get anything done, then yeah, I mean, what is that? What is the fear, or what got in the way? Is it a better offer from another team, or is it their lack of aggression? Is it the contract that's going to scare them? Because, oh no, we traded for this guy, now we have to pay him? Yeah, you have to fucking pay him. It's well worth it. Or could it just be they don't want to give up the capital?
People are also saying Dante Jackson.
Yeah.
That's another name that's been circling around trade deadline for weeks.
I don't like Dante Jackson.
I was never a fan of him.
He was always overrated, even during the draft process. He's speedy, but that's it. He's also towards the tail end of his career. At his age, he's never been a good cover guy. I'm not a fan of Dante Jackson. He'd just be a faster Levi. Hopkins? Nah. Why would they give it to Hopkins? Why now after 3 touchdowns? Well, maybe Hopkins did it just because he wants to get out of Tennessee. I don't know. I have no clue.
I don't know, man.
Steelers trade 2 first-rounders and a third for Patrick Surtain. I wouldn't trade that much. I wouldn't even trade 1 first-rounder. Trading Surtain would cost too much because the Broncos are going to want a lot back after everything they traded for failure. What record will we have at the end of the season? Good question. Well, let me just say, I already don't think we're going to win this Titans game. So that's going to put us at 4-4. Versus the Packers, we might win that. It's in Lambeau, but we might win that. So let's say 5-4. Versus the Browns, I'd love a sweep. I would love a sweep. But let's say 5. Let's say 5-5. Because that defense is still strong. Let's say 5-5. Bengals at Cincinnati. Let's say 5-6. Arizona 6-6. Patriots 7-6. Colts 8-6 because we always got their number. Bengals 9-6.
We lose the last 2 games?
Yes. We finished 9-8.
So we lose to Seahawks and Ravens.
There's a possible chance we go 7-9 or 7-10.
There really is.
Maybe we don't split with the Bengals.
No, it's possible.
So it's either going to be 7-10 or 9-8. Maybe Brian Burns. Why would we get Brian Burns? Where would he fit? We already have our pass rushers. We have our depth. He's too skinny to play interior. No point getting Brian Burns. He's a phenomenal player, but it just makes no sense for us. Very much like Chase Young. Sounds great, just makes no sense.
How dumb did the Panthers look, though? Rams were going to trade 2 firsts and everything.
No,
they're like, oh, no, we don't. We're not going to trade him. And then a couple weeks ago, they're like, yeah, he's we're open for business.
All right,
we're interested in trading him. It's like, what the hell?
So far, no news. We have about 24 minutes left. No, 34 minutes. Excuse me, 34 minutes. 33 and a half minutes.
And there's nothing yet.
It's going to continue to heat up, that's for sure. It's going to continue to heat up. Oh, man. Maybe we get something. Maybe not. Yeah, he's fake. Yeah, that's fake. Yeah, TJ, that's a fake account.
No.
TFF Ivan.
No, he's not real.
You can't get your hopes up when surfing shit like that. Package, KZ, and Neal. Then we have no safeties.
Yeah, exactly. Unless it's a package deal for a certain safety, but
who would that be?
Exactly, I don't know.
Man, you can't even get a Reese's Cup candy wrapper from a 5-year-old's trick-or-treat bag at the bottom of the bag for those two. I mean, I'm being 1,000%.
Yeah, there would be a bit of melted chocolate on the wrapper too.
But you can't even get the wrapper itself that's around the Reese's Cup. You can't even get this Milky Way wrapper, this is one lazy team. I mean, they're not doing nothing yet.
Yeah, SteelTwins, when are we going to make a move, says Nathan.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I wish I knew. I wish I could seek 30 minutes into the future to let you guys know that Jalen Johnson will be a Steeler, but I can't do that.
We wish we were psychics, because if we were, we'd tell you the next time Steelers win a Super Bowl. But if we told you, you'd probably be upset that you have to wait that long.
That won't be anytime soon.
Exactly. Hence the joke I just made.
How about the corner, Tom and Dan? We have the worst. I know, man. He already started JPJ over Wallace, so that tells you everything you need to know about how they feel about corner now, I hope. Twitter's saying the 49ers. The Niners are a lot more aggressive, man. They have every right to trade what they want to trade because they're in win now mode as their quarterback is still in a rookie contract. They can be as aggressive as they want with their picks. And Lynch has always traded his picks away. John Lynch has always traded his stuff away. KP8 versus Will Levis, junior versus freshman. This is going to be good. It's going to be very boring.
Man, I'm yawning just waiting for this.
I might take the under. What y'all doing for Halloween? After the stream, I'm just going to go upstairs and fucking watch the Halloween marathon, I guess. I don't know.
Well,
I'll put on all the classic horror movies, bro.
I gotta go to work later on.
You can always call off.
Don't tempt me.
If anyone from work is watching,
Although
wink, wink.
I really shouldn't. But
By the way, shout out to my supervisor who's a Browns fan. He got me the day off today, so that's appreciated. I also have off Thursday for the game, so let's go. It's the first time I think ever since in my new position I've had 2 days off in the same week. That isn't a Sunday. It's a fucking miracle.
And by the way, fuck the Browns. I'm glad Seattle beat you. Thank you, Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah, the refs went on your side this week, so you lost. Ha ha! Yeah, I can laugh because we lost too. That makes me laugh even more because you can't even win when we lose. Trade Patrick Peterson for anybody. I like that idea. They won't because of his veteran presence, and they have no other starter opposite. They're not going to start James Pierre the rest of the year.
No, they like to compare his versatility to Cam Sutton, yet they ain't using it.
Yeah, you keep talking about Cam Sutton when you could have
That should have
Cam
been
Sutton.
a big among the top list of your priorities.
You could have you let Mike Hilton walk to keep Sutton just to let Sutton walk, and you wonder why we're talking about trading for a cornerback right now.
And Sutton's having a blast in Detroit, 6-2, having a fine
To
season.
think you could have both right now. You could have both right now. It was so unavoidable. All this trade talks right now is so unavoidable.
30 minutes left for the NFL trade deadline. Another trade is coming. Eyes emoji, says Dov Kleiman.
Well, tell us. Don't be fishing for likes and retweets, bro. Just fucking tell us. You know something, bro.
Preach. No, seriously, stop teasing. Just say it. What's the wait for?
All right, I gotta use the bathroom again. I'll be back.
You're gonna make me wait here?
all this anticipation. When I come back, Jalen Johnson better be a Steeler.
Don't jinx him. Waiting game, guys. Clock is ticking. Tick-tock. Every minute, just refreshing. Huh? Ian Rappaport just now. Oh my God, you shitting me? This is according to Ian Rappaport. After a day of exploration, Jalen Johnson is expected to stay in Chicago, sources say. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you shitting me? All that anticipation, all those rumors. Johnson once traded. He wanted to seek a trade. And you can't come to terms on a deal? Chicago? Are you kidding me?
Is he a Steeler yet?
No, and he probably won't be for anybody.
Why? Hold on, what the fuck? I take a piss and...
Ian Rappaport, after a day of exploration, Jalen Johnson is expected to stay in Chicago, sources say.
You better be lying. You better be. This better be the biggest trick.
Oh, well, we got a cornerback trade. Packers Rasul Douglas to the Buffalo Bills.
We could have traded Wallace to him.
Yeah, Jordan Schultz, sources. Bears are not planning to trade star cornerback Jalen Johnson. Johnson requested a trade early Tuesday morning and has the third highest coverage grade of any cornerback in football per PFF with an 84.4 grade. The 24-year-old will be a free agent after this season.
Well, motherfucker, you better be paying him all the bucks in the world come the offseason. I'm not letting this Jalen Johnson Steelers talk die because a trade's not going to happen. You better pay him after the fucking season. You better fucking pay him. This Jalen Johnson to Steelers talk will be paused for now up until the offseason. He better be a Steeler come March.
Well, we still got 25 minutes to go at the trade deadline. Steelers could look anywhere else if they wanted to. They still could. They have time, although time is ticking. But Jalen Johnson reportedly will no longer be an option. The Bears couldn't come to some sort of deal to get rid of him. I guess they didn't like the trade offers, and it's not happening. So Jalen Johnson's pretty much out the picture. And
so unless the Bears pay, okay, here's what I don't understand right now. Unless the Bears are going to pay him, why didn't they trade him? If the plan is for him to walk, why didn't you just trade him? If they do not extend him, this is a dumb move by the Bears because they're just letting him walk for nothing. So either the Bears and Jalen Johnson are going to agree on extension or Jalen Johnson is going to walk. If they let him walk and don't pay him, it's absolutely stupid for the Bears to not trade him right now.
yeah.
So they are hoping that they do get a deal done. Otherwise, if he is a free agent next year, they better fucking pay him. The Steelers better pay him.
So they trade a second rounder away for Montez Sweat. And the anticipation is that they wanted a second for Jalen Johnson. I don't think any team out there would have said no to that. But
No.
they didn't trade him. I guess they really want to keep him. But they're really risking the possibility of not getting anything out of him if they cannot come to terms at the end of the season. They'd rather risk that than get something in return for a stellar cornerback.
Right.
But
Well, since the Packers traded Rasul Douglas to the Bills, do the Packers want Levi Wallace?
they can take him.
It's an honest question.
They can take him.
All right, so since Jalen Johnson is no longer on the market, unfortunately, is it possible the Steelers could look elsewhere and try to make a last-minute trade for somebody or trade somebody away? Because now that that's off the table, they can put their priorities elsewhere. I swear to God, man, if the Bears don't get a deal done with Jalen Johnson throughout the year, we better pay him. And the Bears are stupid for not trying to get something out of him without extending him. This Jalen Johnson to the Steelers talk will be held off for now, but come the offseason, we better pay him. I'm not gonna let that go.
We better be a heavy favorite. And by favorite, I mean we better heavily be involved in contract negotiations.
Right.
But who else is out there? I don't think Surtain's going to be traded. And quite honestly, there's not anybody else that I really prefer.
According to Yahoo Sports, they're finalizing a deal with Johnson. Is that what's happening? Gotta refresh Twitter. Refresh!
Schefter, that's not news.
Uh-huh.
Giants are signing quarterback Tommy DeVito to their active roster. That's not news. That's not news. No one cares. Okay?
Yeah, no one could give a shit about that.
Just more of the waiting game. There's more.
Well, with that being said, I don't think anything's going to happen.
Yeah, so.
Damn. I really hope the Bears don't finalize a contract with Johnson so that we can kind of like resume this Jalen Johnson the Steelers talk in the offseason. Son of a bitch. Looks like the Steelers should have invested in Josh Dobbs when he was a Steeler backup. I always liked Dobbs. I don't think we'd use him right in our system, but I always liked Dobbs. We made our splash during the offseason, but I guess you're not paying attention.
Huh?
I have no idea what he's talking about. Just because we made a splash in the offseason doesn't mean we can't make a splash midseason.
Yeah, I don't get that statement there.
In fact, it's quite necessary. My guess is that the Bears didn't want to get fleeced by the Steelers for a second straight
Like,
year.
Niners made a splash getting Javon Hargrave, but they still got Chase Young.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the difference between us and other teams, man. That's the difference between the Niners and actually every other NFL team. Let's be honest. That sucks. Really? We waited all that just for them to say, yeah, he's staying.
Yeah, exactly. Like, all that anticipation and build-up, and it's like, yeah, no, he's not going anywhere. Really?
I really hope Chicago was stupid enough to let him walk and not get anything out of him right now. Because I'm really going to be pounding the table when that time comes if he does not remain a Bear.
Yeah.
Well, we got 20 minutes, so things could still happen. Wallace could still be traded. That's kind of the rumor floating around. They could go for another corner. Elam, maybe. I don't know. But it's looking like nothing's going to happen. We got 20 minutes, and right now, teams' phones are blowing up. I can only imagine.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know. Do you guys think anything's going to happen? Do you guys think anything is going to happen towards the end?
Bills traded a third round pick to the Packers for Rasul Douglas and a 5th-round pick.
What happened?
The Bills. They traded a third round pick to the Packers for Rasul Douglas and a 5th.
Man, bro, we could have gotten that out of Wallace. I'm kidding. No, we couldn't. It's just I really want Wallace to go. Dobbs is a freaking rocket scientist. I think he would have went to waste in a brain-dead Matt Canada offense. I think Josh Dobbs has a career as a coach later on.
Yeah, the likes of a Byron Leftwich type path.
Mm-hmm. He's a smart NFL player. Very smart. He's a smart individual in general, but he is football smart. He just he's just very
He's very intelligent.
He's brain strong, if that's a term. I feel like Mike Tomlin would say that. He's strong in the brain activity is what Mike Tomlin would, because he's got to say a lot of extra words just to say the most simple shit. Happy Halloween, all tricks today, no treats today. We all got tricked. That sign is missing Tomlin on it. I totally agree. Yeah, we're going to put Tomlin under it at some point. Because we're not winning anything with Tomlin until he's gone.
Nope.
Kind of felt that way the last couple of years, and it's been very, very solidified, especially this year. They didn't want to get fleeced by the Steelers again. Why not? Why not, bro? Come on. They got PTSD. That's what they did. Like that. It's like that meme of the Chihuahua and the soldiers. That's Ryan Poles when he sees the 412 number on his phone. He didn't even answer, bro.
Yeah, the Joe vlogs in the chat, dude. The Bears got outed by Pittsburgh with the Claypool trade last year. What makes you think they would trade with Pittsburgh again?
No, I didn't think it. But fuck me for hoping.
Still pounding the table about it needing to happen. I mean,
Lakers World Order, how you doing, bro? What's up, man? What's going on? All right, come 4 o'clock, I think that's when we'll end the live stream.
we got 17 minutes to go. 17 minutes. Some beach. It's not a swear jar, by the way. I said beach.
All right. Well, the most recent trade was old Douglas goes to the Bills. They wanted corner help, and they got it.
Is that the last trade of the day?
You still want Wallace? I'm being very, very honest.
See, that's interesting. Who exactly... That's the wrong window. Who exactly... Not Eric Stokes of Green Bay.
Come on, do something.
That's why.
Eric Stokes.
Yeah, of Green Bay. That's why they got rid of Douglas.
Who's their opposite?
Jar.
Oh.
Jar Alexander and... No, Stokes is on IR.
You can never have too many good corners.
Stokes is on IR. Yeah, that's right. So who's their number 2?
Would any quarterback not be able to complete third down passes? Some would. Some would for sure. But no quarterback's going to drastically change his offense right now.
No.
Can't wait for Halloween party tonight. I'm going to be Art the Clown. Terrifier 3 will be out November 1st, 2024. Will be an Xmas slasher. Yes, Diggs. I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait to see their touch on a Christmas flick. The past 2 have been the Halloween environment, the Halloween season. So I love a good Xmas slasher. There's not too many out there that I watch because when it comes to Christmas time, I'm more of the festive, fun. I'm a Halloween fanatic. I'm a holiday fanatic. Halloween's always been more of the slasher type feel for me, but I like to see their touch on it. I was Art the Clown the last 2 years. This year I went as Michael, but
He mixed it up a bit.
I mixed it up a bit. But I love Art the Clown. That's probably my new favorite slasher killer, I suppose. He's just different. That's another one we could watch. We haven't watched No Terrifier yet.
Okay.
Do y'all think Kenny is the answer? I just don't see it. No arm strength, terrible decision making. No, I don't think he's the answer. I used to. After the Ravens game, I was sold, but this year, no. When a player regresses in the second year, it's kind of hard to see a rebound.
It's very concerning.
Very hard to see a rebound.
Very concerning.
You can give him the benefit of the doubt of the O-line and the scheme. Sure. But everything that he does as a quarterback is nothing but a failure this year. Nothing good.
Because I remember stating before the matchup during the live reactions, before the game started, because they had Andre Sisco and Tyson Campbell out. And I stated if there was a game for the passing game to have a solid performance for Kenny to have another solid game, it was that one. And they did the exact opposite. The complete opposite.
That's true.
And it was not a good performance. If you're doing that when 2 quality starters are out for the Jaguars defense and you're having their backup intercept the offense and wave your terrible towel in your own stadium, then that's a new type of low.
Yeah.
That's a real new type of low of where you are at currently.
Pretty much. Everyone we trade for, we don't want to give up the asking price like Buddha or Surtain. I didn't expect any moves today that were for more than 5th, 6th, or 7th round picks. Typically what the Steelers do, unfortunately. If they were going to trade that type of capital, it would have been for a mid-season rental like they've done years past. Who remembers Nick Vannett? Who else?
Yeah.
Who else was there? Nick Vannett. There was, who else was it?
Remembers Avery Williamson.
Yeah, Avery Williamson. That was another terrible one.
Yeah.
Joe Schobert.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just fill in decisions.
Do you think TJ will get more than 2 sacks Thursday night? Yeah, I do. Yeah,
because I seen Chris Hubbard. He's their starting right tackle. He didn't practice yesterday. And I think Nicholas Petit-Frere, rookie from last year, he's their backup. But just in general, it doesn't really matter who's the right tackle. TJ Watt's TJ Watt.
TJ Watt, yeah.
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 But that is the 2 individuals that Watt could go up against.
And the Steelers post a this is Steelers news, but it's more on the passing of
Yeah, it's a memory post.
of Patrick J. Rooney Sr.
Yeah.
Son of Art Rooney Sr., the brother of Daniel M. Rooney, Dan Rooney, of course. Like his twin brother John, who passed away in 2022, Pat grew up on the north side of Pittsburgh and graduated from North Catholic High School. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family.
Of course.
That's what they put on Twitter. Kind little tribute for them. Outside of that, there's nothing on Twitter. We got 12 minutes, 11 and a half minutes. Nothing's heating up. Nothing's heating up.
No.
We can speculate why there wasn't a trade done, what the Bears were going through, what the Bears were thinking, what offers they were getting. Maybe they didn't like what they wanted. Maybe they do want to keep Johnson. They're continuing the trade talks between him. Otherwise, I don't know.
Do we think Wallace is going back to the Bills after the addition of Rasul Douglas? Not anymore. No, not anymore.
No, they got their corner help.
They got Rasul Douglas. They gave up a third for it. So
yeah. So to their view, they fixed corner.
Yeah.
Bring Juju back for a 7th. I'm good.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
I'm way past.
Plus,
the Juju
Patriots
train.
lost their number 1, Kendrick Bourne,
Yeah.
towards ACL, so they're going to need Juju.
Yeah, I'm way past the Juju train.
Plus, he's being paid $11 million per year. No thanks.
Yeah, no.
No thanks.
Yeah, no. Steelers have done nothing to improve the offense, but almost everything to improve the defense and depth of the defense and special teams. I can't say they haven't tried to improve the offense. They just haven't done the right measures.
No.
They've
they
definitely
haven't.
tried to improve O-line. The scheming sucks, and the player position is terrible. The coaching absolutely sucks. That's the main thing that needs changed. I'd bring in another quarterback for competition. You can't just give Kenny the idea that, hey, your job is safe. No, bring in a quarterback for competition. They're not going to because they extended Mitch. They have Kenny for another at least 3 years if they want to pick up his option.
Yeah.
That's just my hope, but they're not going to do it. 9 minutes. 9 minutes.
TikTok, people. TikTok.
TikTok. And no, not the app. Oh, man. Oh, man. So do we fire Khan for not making trade? No. We're not going to make a trade every deadline. We're not going to make a trade all the time.
No, I mean, I didn't really expect anything. It's just, you did hope for it. You really did.
You did.
In the end, deep inside, you do hope for it, but I didn't expect a move to happen, even with news and rumors that the Steelers were involved or strongly in talks with said team.
Draft a quarterback next year. Would they want to put capital into the quarterback? It's a deeper quarterback class.
It is.
Much deeper quarterback
A
class.
lot of talent.
Do you guys see us trading left tackle, right tackle? No, I do not.
No.
I can't take another 3 years of Pickett. Me neither. I can't even go the rest of the season with him at quarterback, dude. The new Exorcist movie wasn't that good. It was all right. That's what I heard. It's a direct sequel to the original. They have the mom in the original reprise her role, but honestly, dude, you see one devil possession movie.
Possession.
You see one possession movie, you've seen them all.
It's essentially the same.
seen
That's
them
why
all.
the Conjuring series has been boring.
Yeah.
Because you already know the outcome.
It's just it's the same movie, dude. It's probably like when you think of categories for horror movies, like subjects or topics or like plots. That's the one that's just like the most
I think
overdone.
I think the purpose of the movie is just for it to scare you.
It's jump scares.
But at the same time, it's like we also are watching to invest our time into the story that you're trying to tell.
Yeah.
And every single one is pretty much the same. It's not that much different.
Yeah, The Conjuring hit it well, but that's it.
They hit it really well. But just what I mean by boring is like with the series nowadays, it's currently they're milking the hell out of it.
No,
all
they fucking do is the kid or whatever gets possessed. They bring in a devil. They bring in a priest. They have this fucking exorcism type fucking thing.
Ritual.
There's shit flying around the room. There's these devil noises. There's shit flying. There's people dying barely. And then the whatever gets taken out of the kids. It's so fucking stale, dude. It's just
That's why the original Exorcist will always be in a realm of its own, because at that time it was never seen before in '73.
And it still scares the shit out of me. Everything else
And
is
just the way it was done, like there was no creepy music or jump scares or any of that other overdone bull crap nowadays in movies.
Yeah,
It's in a realm of its own. It's a classic.
Yeah, what's your guys' opinion on the Saw series? I never really invested in it. I haven't seen anything past the second
I only
one.
remember 1 and 2. I didn't really watch the other ones after that. And I know there's a lot of other sequels and spin-offs with
Yeah,
the
I
series.
never really,
So
I gotta find the time to invest in the Saw series because I didn't invest in the Scream series up until a couple months ago, where we watched all the movies back to back to back to back,
all in order, yeah.
all in order. And I don't know why I didn't see the Scream series sooner than I did.
Oh, it's such a good series.
Such a good series.
It's so well done.
I'd have to find time to do the Saw one, but I can't give you a full opinion on the Saw series. I haven't seen many of them. Ugh.
We got 6 minutes.
6 minutes. On the bright side, this means next summer we can make moves on some guys worth having. We need to purge the oldest players and suck with young players if we're going to suck. Yeah, kind of just grow with who we have.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's kind of what we're doing right now, only it's just very, very reminiscent of what we've already been doing,
Yeah.
even when we had an aging quarterback. Horror movies suck. Old, new, they're all the same. Nothing beats the classics. There's nothing new that really drags your attention. In fact, the best horror movie I've seen recently that's not the Terrifier series is the Evil Dead Rise movie. That was a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And that's part of the Evil Dead series.
Yeah. I can see her. I can see Squirt.
Oh, is she in the...
You see her? She's right here. And why not?
Our dog is crying for attention.
Get a little screen time. Why not?
Because we're more worried about trying to get Jalen Johnson and not giving her attention. You'll get all the attention in the world when we're done streaming. She's so spoiled.
At least from you.
That's my fault.
Broncos are not. This is from Jordan Schultz. Broncos are not expected to trade wide receivers Jerry Jeudy or Cortland Sutton.
You should have traded Jerry Jeudy. You should have listened to Steve Smith Sr. All right, we got...
Well, Steve Smith's told other GMs though.
We got...
What would you trade for him? He said no. So no one's gonna trade for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got 3.5 minutes. Maybe even 4. Till the deadline.
Nothing's gonna happen.
Nothing's
There's
gonna
gonna be no last minute trade. There's nothing.
I'm glad you said that. You said nothing's going to happen.
Hold on. Jordan Schultz again. I'm told the Bills were making an aggressive attempt at trading for Bears cornerback Jalen Johnson, but it was just not to be. Chicago had other offers. Buffalo shifted to another NFC North team, and the Packers to get Rasul Douglas.
What about us? What's the news on us and our attempt? That's what I want to know.
I'm not hearing anything
That's
yet.
what I
Nothing
wanna
came
know.
out about that. Nothing came out about that. Yeah, there could be some news later, but nothing.
There could be news even after the 4 o'clock. There could still be, as long as they're finalized by 4, they can still go through the
Sure.
details
Sure.
afterward, but
You're right. I'm not expecting it.
nope. No, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. Wow.
Not a thing.
Yeah, in 2 minutes we're going to make a trade. You know what? Yeah, exactly. We're not going to do that. Oh, do you see us drafting center or right tackle? Then yeah. Then yeah, I do. I think it's necessary. We got to change both those positions next year. While still having to address corner, which is why we wanted to address it now, so that's kind of like not even a worry about them no more. But, we didn't do that, so fuck us, right?
Yeah.
We suck.
No, where's the, is this it?
The Steelers suck.
There we go. That's pretty relevant.
They'll forever be relevant until we get, competent football. Wins that aren't just squeezing out fucking luck. Wins that aren't more of mistakes from the other team than us doing beneficiary shit.
Yeah.
Swear, Joy. You know what? This is all the coins we got.
Yeah, we're gonna have to add
All
more.
the coins we got.
We're gonna have to add more Thursday.
This is all we have left for the swear jar.
Let me. There you go.
Oh my god, that's heavy. It's past the label.
Is it?
This already has more than what it had last year. And last year it had like 70-something bucks. This has got to be close to 100.
God, it's heavy.
That's heavy. Imagine
some-
if it gets full. It's right here. It's full right here.
Yeah. And
About 20 pounds.
see, no, I'd say a good maybe 15. Say 15 pounds solid.
They're probably thinking Corey Trice's future cornerback too, a Porter. That's relying on unproven depth. Again, They've done that too many times, and it's cost them. I'm not in favor of that. You gotta, very similar to what they're doing with Mark Robinson. You have to build him through the system. Vince Williams wasn't a starting linebacker immediately.
Yeah.
I built him very similar to a James Pierre. Let him develop for at least 2 years, and maybe in year 4, maybe he can be a starter. But to bank on it immediately is not good. You cannot rely on unproven depth. They've been doing that too much. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. We have an O-line move in New York. The Jets are bolstering their offensive line, signing 2-time Pro Bowl guard Roger Schafford III to their practice squad.
That's not news. That's not news.
We do not care.
Well, Ian Rappaport, here it is. The NFL.
We do not care.
The NFL trade deadline has hit. No more trades. Oh, there you have it. There you have it. It's over.
We do not care.
It's over. Nothing. Hardly anything was.
This sucks.
Outside of Sweat and Young being traded away, nothing really happened. Nothing really
This
happened.
sucks.
A guard was traded away. A cornerback was traded away. What else happened? What else happened? I'm trying to remember. Josh Dobbs was traded away. That's pretty much it. Nothing really happened. Not a lot happened.
So, in simple terms,
This is boring.
in simple terms, no trades. Happy fucking Halloween.
It was quite the trick, wasn't it?
Yeah, we got tricked. We didn't get no treats today. No treats at all.
As-
All the other teams got their own
All in
treats.
all,
All the other teams, like the Bears, they got a king-size candy bar on Montez Sweat. The 49ers got an 8-pack Reese's cup in their trick-or-treat bag with Chase Young. We
Yep.
got nothing.
nothing. And all in all, I mean, we didn't really expect a lot or any whatsoever. Yeah, just like Diggs 412 says, Steelers got a rock. Yeah, we're really like Charlie Brown here. We got a rock.
Titans finally catch this L. I don't know about that.
Yeah, now that the trade deadline is out the way, no moves were really made when it came to the Steelers for trading players away or obtaining players. That's out the way. That door is closed. Now it's time to focus Thursday night against the Tennessee Titans in Heinz Field.
Candon Pickett. He could have gone back in. You guys were all there. At halftime, he was down there throwing. He made a decision that he wasn't able to play at the level for us to win. So Kenny had the final say, is what he's saying. Is that what he's saying? Is that what he's saying? Still, a hurt Kenny is worse than a healthy Kenny, and healthy Kenny's not even good. Steelers are a horror movie, says TC Steels. Fuck. If the Steelers were a horror movie, what horror movie would they be? That's how we're going to end this stream. That's
Halloween 5.
Damn. All right.
That was bad.
If the Steelers were a horror movie, since it's Halloween, if the Steelers were a horror movie, what horror movie would they be? And I mean, think about your worst horror movies of all time. There are a lot of bad ones. Most of them are in the 80s. Although 80s horror, man, will never be touched.
Yeah.
I don't care how bad it is. Something's different about 80s horror. Halloween 5, Hellraiser, Halloween Resurrection. I didn't mind that one. Don't get me wrong, bro. It's more of a Halloween parody than an actual Halloween movie.
It was very corny.
You got Tyra Banks and Busta Rhymes in a Halloween movie.
That was a corny horror movie.
But I kind of enjoyed it.
It had its entertaining factors. Kind of like Jason Takes Manhattan, but
Jason Takes Manhattan was terrible.
it wasn't good. So,
Fuck, you know what? That might be my comparison. Jason Takes Manhattan.
Yeah, all right. Mine's still Halloween 5.
You know what? No, it's going to be no. My Steelers horror movie comparison is going to be Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning, with the fake Jason.
Yeah, this ain't a new
We're a fake Steelers team.
This ain't a
We're
new
a
beginning.
fake team. We're pretending to be fake killers when we do not even have that killer instinct. Rob Zombie, Halloween 2. That movie was trash.
Horrible.
Chainsaw Massacre, Trick or Treat. Children of the Living Dead. What the fuck? Do I even want to know? Cole, do I even want
The
to know?
Jason movie in space? Yeah, Jason X.
Jason X.
God, what the hell were they thinking? Let's have Jason get chronically frozen and be in the year 2095, 700 and be in space.
Jason X.
Yeah.
Wow, that's bad. Pittsburgh is Paranormal Activity. 2010 Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, that was a terrible remake. The Haunted Mansion.
Is that horror? Yeah, I guess it is.
Freddy vs. Jason. Freddy is the fans. Jason is Matt Canada. But I liked Freddy vs. Jason. I don't like this Steelers team. Not even Tom Savini could save that movie. Was he in the movie? Did he do the makeup? I mean,
He had it on
both.
at least both. At least both, right?
Tom Savini was also in From Dusk Till Dawn with George Clooney and them.
Yeah.
That was a great movie. He was Sex Machine. That was a great movie.
New Winnie the Pooh movie.
Oh, God.
Oh.
I did not watch the movie. But
I don't need to. I don't need to.
no.
Now I'm hearing that director's making other parodies of horror, like children icons like Bambi and
What?
a second Winnie the Pooh and stuff like that. Yeah, I heard about that.
What about Eeyore? That'd be terrible. But
No.
Eeyore was in it, wasn't it?
No. The story is that the boy left, didn't come back, pretty much abandoned Winnie the Pooh and his friends. They grew hungry because the boy brought them food, and they killed and ate Eeyore and went insane. And whoever crossed upon them, they slaughtered and killed.
Fuck?
Yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid.
That's what happens when Disney doesn't keep the Winnie the Pooh
Yeah.
rights. Wow. That is bad. Wrong Turn.
Oh, God.
I'm glad I didn't watch those movies. I know what you're talking about. I'm glad I didn't watch those movies.
Talk about gross.
The Ring. Hills Have Eyes 2. I didn't see the second one. Dusk Till Dawn's a masterpiece. Shout out to Salma. Yes.
Yeah.
Fire. She
Yeah.
never ages. Never ages. In fact, I think she gets hotter with age. Cabin Fever, that's another one I never watched. There's actually a lot of horror movies I haven't watched that I need to. I need to find the time to. I think that's what the off-season's for.
Yeah.
Cabin in the Woods, Saw 3D. Thank God I did not watch Wrong Turn 2 to 6. I did not watch them. So.
Nope, no, thank you.
Regardless, those are good comparisons. Those are very good and actually hilarious comparisons. My Bloody Valentines. I know what you did last summer. How about that one? Or the sequels. The sequels were terrible.
Those movies might be terrible, but not as bad as the Steelers' offense.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Is that the joke? Oh my goodness. What did I see here? Yeah, Saw 3D. I didn't see Saw 3D though. Again, I only saw the first two. Scary Movie 5.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
God,
that's a terrible one.
that was bad.
Yeah, what's another terrible horror movie while we're on the topic? Breaking news: Levi Wallace was traded to Chicago. Are you sure? You're not fucking with me?
Are you serious?
You're not fucking with me? Let's hold on.
I'm not saying anything.
Hold on. TC Steels, man, you must have gotten faked by a fake account.
I'm not hearing it. Nope. No moves.
No moves. Damn, you got my hopes up.
Nope.
That's fucked up.
Nothing from Schefter, nothing from Rappaport, nothing from nobody.
No moves from King Khan. No moves from the Steelers. Says just came out. I don't see anything. I don't see anything either. Pet Cemetery was good. The new one sucked. The original is good. Leprechaun.
Well, let me
God.
just say though, the original Pet Cemetery.
Shout out to my boy Gage.
Because I read the book, and if you guys are avid readers and you haven't read Pet Sematary by Stephen King, I highly recommend it. It's a great book, and Stephen King himself even said that it's probably the scariest book he's ever written, and he's absolutely right. Because when you read the book, it's absolutely insane. Because the original movie, there was so much they had to leave out,
Right.
and I can see why. But even with the original, I enjoyed what they did. So
You know, in fact, I think we'll end it with this. You know what my final Steelers offense horror movie comparison is?
what's that?
The Human Centipede.
Oh, good Lord.
You wanna know why? Because it is disgusting and is incredibly unwatchable. And you think to yourself, how can this ever exist? But it does exist.
Yeah. You know what? They got 3 sequels. We done with this shit for 3 years.
No, and it gets worse every time. Oh man,
That might be the perfect one.
the Human Centipede. Bro.
That might be the perfect one.
Wow.
Oh boy. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy fucking Halloween! Shout out to Busta Rhymes. Great artist and a hilarious actor in that movie. But we're going to get out of here, man. We appreciate you guys for sticking along and watching with us patiently and many times impatiently for any news to break, and nothing did. Nothing did. We would have been better off just cutting this 2-3 hours ago and just doing the Titans and Steelers game preview.
I'm sorry.
What happened?
Steel analysis. Human Centipede would be a great offensive line. Yeah, no one will want to come near it.
You can't split it up either, dude.
No one will want to come near it.
My goodness.
Oh,
my
God.
goodness.
All right,
What
enough.
did I start? What did I start?
Enough's enough.
Salem's Lot by Stephen King is a great movie.
I got to read that book.
As a matter of fact, I heard they're making a remake. How dare they? But we'll see.
All right. Oh, boy.
Anyway, yeah, we're going to get on out of here. Appreciate you guys for watching along. Unfortunately, no news was made.
Don't
no
do
trades
that.
have been done. And we're going to stick with what we have for the remainder of the year, unfortunately. But I guess if there's any positive you guys want out of this week, it is that JPJ is officially the starting cornerback over Levi Wallace. So we at least have that. If only they can do the same for their fellow rookies. But with that being said, we're going to get on out of here. And no news, no trades, no moves, same old Steelers.
No treat, just tricks.
Stressful Steelers football. We'll see you guys Thursday night for the Steelers versus Titans game, where we'll be getting Will Levis versus Kenny Pickett. Yeah, that's really gonna put butts in seats, right?
Eyes to televisions.
Eyes to televisions. Wow.
Yeah.
But we'll see you guys Thursday night. Appreciate
Thursday night football's ahead of us, man.
So we appreciate every single last one of yins for joining us. The trade deadline brought us nothing but depression and disappointment, and Thursday's gonna bring us even more. So. Stressful Steelers football, that's what we're going to get on Thursday. Maybe we get a win. Probably not. We'll fucking see. Happy Halloween. And you guys, if you guys doing anything tonight, be safe, be careful, have fun, be responsible. Have fun, man. If you're taking kids out for trick-or-treat, have fun. If you're going out, if you're partying, be safe, have fun.
Have a blast, man.
Be responsible.
Be very responsible, be very safe, very careful, and most of all, have fun.
And watch out for some idiots out there. There's a lot of idiots out there, especially around this time of year, especially for this holiday. Just be careful out there. So, you guys enjoy yourselves if you're doing anything crazy. If not, then still enjoy yourselves. Try to find any joy you can because the Steelers brought us none today. So, we'll see what we do Thursday. But happy fucking Halloween. And we'll see you guys next month. How about that? Yeah. The Halloween season's almost over, and soon we gotta get the Christmas lights up, man. We gotta get the Christmas decorations. I'm being dead serious, though. I'm being dead serious. Damn, man, we're already past October.
Yeah, we are.
That's fucking wild.
Yep.
That's crazy. We're already also halfway through the season. To some degree, thank God. Thank God. We have not gotten a lot of exciting football this year.
No, but yeah, man.
With that being said,
let's we're on to Tennessee. So let's get ready for it. Thursday night football.
See you guys Thursday night.
And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Peace!
Of course, I say peace, and the dog comes running knowing we're about to finish.
She already knows, man. She's starting to sense, hey, this is the time when they're done.
Yeah.
This is when I can get my attention. Listen, I'm already aware, this team ain't good. This team didn't make moves. Canada's still here. I know. You don't need to tell me. I'm already aware, but thanks for informing me. All right, I appreciate it. We already know.
By the way, if the Steelers were a Halloween candy, I don't know why I didn't ask this question. This would have been a better question. If the Steelers were a Halloween candy, which Halloween candy would they be?
I already know the answer that many people are going to say. Although I enjoy it personally.
Yeah, unpopular opinion. We enjoy candy corn.
It's not that bad.
I'm going to enjoy some tonight.
It's not that bad. It's a really enjoyable, for our taste anyway, it's an enjoyable Halloween candy. But it's not to everybody's liking, and hey, that's fine.
But there's no doubt.
I'll tell you what, we're not the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
We are not the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. We're not even Milky Way. And Milky Way is very underrated.
Not Snickers,
We're not even-
not Three Musketeers, not... What else is out there? Whatchamacallit?
We're dots. We're dots.
Yeah, tasteless, bland, just
Chewy, just gummy garbage.
just pointless. That's what we are.
What is it? I used to be. I remember as a kid we went trick or treating. I used to get excited over dots. Dots are garbage. That was my taste buds about.
Yeah, so...
Oh, wish we were Kit Kats. Kit Kats would even. That didn't even make us good. I love Kit Kats, as long as you eat it the right way and you're not a complete psychopath. Matt Canada. I know Matt Canada eats Kit Kats the wrong way. He doesn't break them. He doesn't split them. He just eats the whole bar like a fucking psychopath. Matt Canada puts his milk in before the cereal.
You wear socks to bed.
Matt Canada puts up fake Christmas trees instead of real ones.
He did touch that phone, by the way. All right, everyone, take it easy. Happy Halloween.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.